Yo, coming up.
Welcome to the broadcast. This is a source of information on all things related to commercial appliances. Welcome all of you that are new to commercial and those of you well-versed in this industry of ours. Your host is Mike Reed, a technician who has been in the industry for 32 years, with his beginnings working in his family's appliance business based out of the western suburbs of Chicago. Get ready for a truly interactive broadcast. Have all your questions ready and prepare yourself to truly engage with Mike and discuss ideas on all things related to commercial appliances. Without further delay, here is your host.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for tuning in to my show. My name is Mike Reed, and I am a commercial appliance technician in the city of Houston, Texas. As the AI lady says, I've been doing this since I was 15. And now, and now I'm here giving you guys information and bringing you along with me. So, switching things up. Yo, Untamed Kango. Yeah, he was live with me. So earlier today, I had to do earlier today, I did a startup at a Chipotle. So whenever there's a brand new Chipotle, I'm still getting stuff hooked up because I had to do a number of jobs today. It's gonna be that way for me for for a number of years. And I have to add employees now. All right, let me change this background. Let's see what we got. And we'll let a couple of people come on in here. And while they're doing that, I'll get everything set up. Thank that brother first and foremost. All right, thank this brother as well. And I want to see if I can get hopefully everything will sync up. It's going through a crazy couple of weeks. Lost my phone and the whole nine. So I had to get the latest phone, which everybody dogged anyway. But I had to get it anyhow. So let's see. I've had nothing but gremlins ever since I got the newest phone. Nothing syncs up, nothing works. So let's see if my pictures are all matched up. Let's see if they sync up. Bear with me real quick. And now, how many people, while I'm doing this, how many people are aware of on-site? Is it on-site FM? Something like that. All right, let's see here. Let me see where I want to start. So all my pictures are here. While we're waiting on people to come on in, these two. While we're waiting on people to come on in, I want to show some of these. Let's see what we got here. I want to share my screen. Let's see here. A window. And let's see, do photos. See, nothing wants to work. Hold on, let me drop this. Oh, let me give you guys the link in case you want to come up, in case you want to ask any questions. That's the link to come up and do just that. App, movie, app, stream studio. Yeah, okay, good. We got some more people coming on in. Good, we got more people coming on. Oh, good. All right, so we got it. Boom. Here it is now. Apple is killing me. I up the street from me, as if the world needs yet another McDonald's. I have a brand new McDonald's being built. And then CEO Jakes, what's happening? Big Will, what's the word? Where's your screen at? And then I ran across, where you at, brother? There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I'm driving.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, man, I was going through. I was like, let me listen to something. And then I say, oh, Big Reed. What's happening, good brother?
Hey, I haven't talked to you for a while because I talked to you and your wife, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. How you been?
Yeah, man. I went to the MSA show, and
Uh-huh.
um, I met quite a few people,
Yeah.
but man, like just the stuff. It's crazy, man. Um, still working on getting in.
Still working on getting it.
Um,
All right, so
yeah.
that's what I'm getting ready to show you today.
Okay.
Right. All right. So I've given you information on like Onera Group. I've given you information on. Um, did you ever did you ever access the information I gave you on Dr. Pepper?
I have to check with the wife, but
Okay.
I just came back from the True. I came back from the
Ice
True.
machine training.
Yep, and we did it online. So
Okay.
I came back from that one up in what was it at? It was in not I want to say San Jose, but it was in San Diego.
Now hold on, man. Now remember when I was telling you about the Costco deal?
Uh huh.
You did talk to them, right?
I did.
You,
They never
I
called us back.
remember. I remember that conversation we had. Did you, did you revisit that conversation?
I did. I went and I talked with them. We called them back. We went and
Yeah,
we put information in, and they never
yeah,
got back with us.
yeah.
So a lot of those companies, like we'll call them up, we'll sit there and we'll talk to them. We'll say, hey, all right, this is it. Um, and then we started hitting up companies that they weren't even in they weren't even in our area. I mean, they were in our area, but they didn't have any servicers, and we hit them up, and they never got back with us.
Now, when you say companies, are you talking about the manufacturers? Or are you talking about a dispatch company? What are you talking about?
Both manufacturers, because in the beginning we were going after just manufacturers and brands, and at
Yeah,
this point we're trying to get away from brands
no.
because you know well
You
we don't
you
we it's
should.
hard to get us information. So typically, like, because I just came from a call right now with a brand,
Uh huh.
and it's a residential, but I don't get the service manuals, right? So when they give us a service manual, I don't really get a real service manual. So
You talking
everything
about
is
on the
digital.
residential?
Yeah, on the residential side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like when I deal with a manufacturer, right?
Yeah,
And we go through the training. Like I went through the Manitowoc training. I did the True, but
yeah.
The Manitowoc training was so simplistic and so. I mean, they know what they're talking about. Whereas if
Mm-hmm.
I'm dealing with a brand and I'm trying to get information, it's kind of like up in the air because they don't
He's
know either.
don't know
You know,
what.
they don't know. They don't know what the situation would be like. I just went to one right now. Like I got a lot of refrigerators that I'm getting right now,
Uh
and
huh.
the freezer works, but the fridge is not working,
Right.
and
This
it's
is
a zone.
residential. Yeah, this is
Correct.
residential. Yeah, they
It's a
don't. All right.
zone.
So
It's a
here's
zone heat.
here's the deal with that. They don't know because all this stuff has been outsourced.
Correct.
All
And
this
then I was
stuff has
getting from
been
the training.
outsourced. There's so many acquisitions. Right. And they
Mhm.
they don't know, and they don't care. They don't care.
Right. They just want you to fix it.
Yeah, I've been
Right.
flooded. I've been flooded by this one residential manufacturer, and they keep sending me calls. Nobody else wants to deal with them in my market. They keep sending me freaking calls, um,
Who's the
especially
manufacturer?
on what's that
Who's the manufacturer?
Blue Star, and they keep
Oh
sending me
yeah, I got
freaking.
a Blue Star client. I got a Blue. I never work with them directly, but yeah,
Oh,
I got a chef in Napa that I work on his. I work on his Blue Star.
mm-hmm. Well, I've had
Yeah.
Blue Star since their very beginning, since when they used to be called Garland Range.
Uh,
Once they stopped using the Garland Range name and started using Blue Star,
uh,
that's when I started working with them. That's when I was in Chicago. When I was it was my father, me and my father, and yeah, they had gas leaks problem. They've actually had gas leaks problem ever since, but they had a major
on their
gas leak problem.
rails.
No, no, no. This is on their ranges. This is on their ranges. This is before they
Yeah,
had
but on the
wall
fuel,
ovens. This is before they had refrigerators. They only had three different type of ranges, and I've been working with them ever since. And they bought they bought some manufacturing facilities in Iowa that used to be part of Amana, and so they started
okay,
cranking out a Blue Star refrigerator. Well, I got a
okay,
call for a Blue Star refrigerator out of nowhere, and and it's just like a Gen Air. It's just no difference. And
Whirlpool.
they had no clue. They had on their end they had no clue. They were guessing at stuff, and yeah, and they end up fighting me on stuff, and I end up being right in the end. But it was yeah, I understand. I feel your pain, which is why that's why I tell people to just come on over to commercial side. Just come on in, come on in. How's your
Yeah,
wife
but
doing, by the way?
it's starting. Oh, she's good. I'm about to go
Oh,
see her right now. She's I've been helping her with her company,
well,
so I
brother,
spent all night on her.
you've been difficult to work with. You know that, right,
No, heck no, man. Shoot,
brother?
I don't
Brother,
even
you.
think anymore. I just listen and do. That's it.
I understand. I understand that, but there is anybody who's going to do this. I have a blueprint. I have a certain trek that you have to follow. Otherwise, you're going to end up just like this. Otherwise, you're going to end up pissing these people off, and then when you go back to them, say, "Okay, yeah, Mike, let me go ahead and do it the way Mike said it." By that time, it's too late. By that time, they're like, we ain't gonna deal with this guy, even though they don't have much options.
Listen,
Even though they don't have
I went
options.
to Magic Chef. Like when I was at the MSA convention,
Uh-huh.
I brought my wife with me.
Yeah.
I talked to the guys at Magic Chef. They
Yeah.
were like falling over themselves. I'm like, listen, if you got commercial, I'll do it.
The
They were like,
commercial side is called Norpole. Here, let me show you the commercial side. And Magic Chef is another one. The Magic Chef corporate office is in Chicago. I
they wanted me
actually,
to do, yeah, but when I told them, yeah, we'll do the commercial, they were geeking out when they asked me. They were like, well, will you do the residential? I'm like, yeah, there's no difference.
yeah.
But that was the big problem. Like guys who do commercial, they won't touch residential, and vice versa.
Well,
I
because of
said, yeah,
the insurance reasons. So once your residential insurance is not going to cover you for a commercial property.
gotcha.
You didn't ask your people that, did you?
Nope, I didn't. I
I
didn't
know
even
you did.
know.
I know for a fact you didn't. And
Hey,
so
that's why I got you, big homie.
look, bro, it's been 3 years and you still asking me these rudimentary questions. See, that's why I said you difficult to work with, bro. You difficult to work
I,
with.
listen,
So
I look, I did, and then here's the thing. I even had, you
where's
know,
my acids?
all the paperwork. My wife did all the, she did all the paperwork. She talked to all these people. She sent all the information in that they asked for, and a lot of times they never come back. They never come
You're
back. Which
being
I,
brother, you're being too general. You're being too general. With this
uh,
business that we're in, this is specifics. You gotta stop with all the generalization. They, them. No, you have to focus. And that's another thing I keep saying about you. You don't focus. You all over the place. You all over the place, man. You gotta focus. You gotta work one. You gotta start and work one. I give you the information. I give you the people to talk to, give you the email and all that other stuff. Like, did you even see the last video? Because last week I was all tied up. But the week before that, where I gave you the information to call that woman that owns that rotisserie company, and they have a couple other things. Did you even call her?
See, dude, I haven't looked at one of your videos in probably like 6 months because I was like, man, I went to the MSA thing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get like 100 calls, blah blah blah.
No, why do y'all keep thinking that, bro? MSA is not new. MSA has been around for a long. I wish I had my old my father's shop. We got old MSA World magazines from the 90s. Look, man, MSA has been around for a while. These people on the residential side, they're cherry picking. They're cherry picking. Oh no!
We went specifically for the commercial side. We didn't even go really for the residential.
You can't go to MSA for commercial side.
Well, that Magic Chef was there. They were the ones talking about the commercial stuff.
I understand that, but you cannot go to MSA for the commercial side. That is actually how I branched off and got into the commercial side, because I was doing residential lines that also had commercial lines, right? So I would do American Range. Back in the 90s, I would do American Range, and American Range had a commercial side because Chicago is kind of locked up. They got big players in Chicago that and they won't let you in. So I was doing a lot of brands that had residential and commercial. Like when I was doing Scotsman has a residential line and a commercial line. I was doing hopefully nothing is
you're just not gonna tell you.
Okay. I was doing Hoshizaki. Hoshizaki had residential products and commercial, and you slowly branch your way over there, but you're not going to go, you're not going to it's done, and you know your results, right? Are you happy with the result?
Heck no. I mean,
have you ever heard me talk about MSA?
No, I didn't.
You ever hear me talk about Marcone, period?
Nope. And not that you order parts.
That's what I'm saying. You keep coming to me with all this off the wall stuff, man. And we always got to have this conversation.
all right. But listen,
you keep coming to me with this stuff, man.
Me and the wife went over it. We banged our heads against the wall for like 6 months, and we're like,
look, brother. Hold on, let me stop you right there. You're not in the business. Neither one of you are in the business. You could bang your heads up against each other for 20 years. It's not going to get you where you're trying to go.
That's what I'm saying. We did the stuff you told us to do.
You haven't. No, you haven't, brother. Look, what did you do?
I'm gonna let you talk to her.
No. Don't you dare put that off on her. You tell me and all these good people out there. Hold on, brother. You tell all these good people out there. What did you do when I told you to call on their group? What did you tell them?
They asked me.
I said, what did you tell them?
I gotta look at the emails. That's how long it's been for me mentally. I gotta go back and look at the emails.
I'm gonna tell you what you told them. You told them it wasn't enough money. Right? Instead of getting in there, instead of getting in there, running a single job, right? And then letting them know, okay, after you show that you're the real deal Holyfield, right? After you get in there and show them you the real deal Holyfield, you say, okay, all right,
Yeah.
I did that first one, but we're gonna have to come up, and they will come up, but you got to go along with it. You got to go along with it to get going. And once they get hooked on your product, it's not like they're gonna let you go.
Right. Right.
But you're going over there and you're cutting yourself off before you even get going.
I'll go and look at that email again
You
and
don't
double check
have
it.
to,
You
brother,
probably
brother,
right.
brother. What do you
You
think this
probably
email
right.
is gonna do? What do you think this email is gonna do? Stop it! Stop it! Stop
I
it!
just no. I want to just refresh. I just want to refresh and make sure.
Oh, see, here you know, I done told you before, you difficult. I'm telling
No,
you verbatim what you told me.
okay.
You told me
Okay.
that it's expensive over there where you are. You told me you got to pay those bridges, you got to pay those tolls across those bridges and all that,
Yeah,
which is
I'm
what they're
crossing
gonna
one right
pay.
now.
But which is what they will pay. But you gotta go through them, and then you let them know. You say, hey, look, man, I had to pay these bridges and these tolls and all this other stuff, and I found out on Mother's Day, hell, half my people's up there in Seattle now. They all up there in now Bellevue. They all over there in Bellevue now. So yeah, they were talking about the same thing with the bridges and the tolls, even though that's not where you
Yep.
at, but you know, it's
Yeah, yeah.
close.
It's
Close. Close enough.
It's $8. It's $8 right now.
Right. So they have, and all these manufacturers are the same way. They have no problem paying for that, compensating for that. But these are things you're
Yeah.
going to have to talk to them about. You just outright denying it, and so you're sitting around just denying what opportunity you take one. You take one and you use that one to get another. So when you do
Right.
talk to another manufacturer, another dispatch company, you say, oh yeah, I'm already running these calls for Costco. I'm already doing these right now. I'm doing this and that and the other. And then they know, they say, okay, all right, we'll go ahead and give this guy a go. But
Eight
you
dollars. $8
haven't.
right now.
So who have you signed up with any service company, manufacturer, dispatch company, anybody?
I have. I did. Like I said, we did. We did the Magic Chef, and there's another company. They do the microwaves. They do them for Red Lobster. They do it for a bunch of companies. And matter of fact, they told me, they said, hey, we got a guy in your area to do them. He does them, and
I
he
mean,
said, and I said, would it be cool if I talk to your guy? You know, they say, yeah, give him a call, let him know, talk to him. I talked to the guy, uh, and he does a
wait a
lot of. He
minute.
does like.
Wait, let me stop. Let me stop you right there. You skipped a lot of information that I really need to know. Who the hell is this? So you talked to Red. You said you talked to Red Lobster. So you talked to a local store. You talked to a local store manager.
No, no. I talked to the manufacturer who had all of their equipment in like
Okay.
Red Lobster. Like the name they said was Red
So you
Lobster,
so you talked to
Subway.
ACP. You talked to ACP.
Yep, I did. Okay, yeah, yeah. ACP. I talked to ACP. That's what their name was. Yep. I
Mm-hmm.
talked to Big Joe at ACP. There was two guys
Yeah,
that I
it's
talked with at the
right.
MSA.
That's going to be your Amana Menu Master, Express Chef, and a lot of other ones. So that's you got ACP, you got Sharp, you got Panasonic, you got
Yep.
Medea. There
Uh
really
huh.
isn't that many. There really isn't that many when it comes to commercial microwaves. But all right, so go ahead. So you talk to ACP, and instead of talking to ACP directly and talking to their tech support, you decide to talk to somebody they already got working in the market that you want to work. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah. So they're regional guys. So at that show they had quite a few regional guys. Um,
Um,
I talked with GE. I talked with a bunch of different dudes, but they were predominantly, most of these companies were regional. They had regional people. D-Bear. What else? Who else?
Again, you're not talking about commercial. I know LeBaire has a commercial line. Nobody's paying Carlson prices on LeBaire refrigerators on the commercial side. And there's really no difference between a Fagor refrigerator and a LeBaire refrigerator on the commercial side. There's no difference. But
Yeah, I
go
even
ahead.
talked with Fagor too. I even talked with Fagor.
Fagor doesn't have a residential line anymore. They dropped that line.
I talked with them to get in there. I say they said these are our prices. Like I said, we sent them an email.
Right.
Never heard boo.
Instead of going with them and negotiating on something, you decided to do something else, right? You
No,
decided to do.
I told him listen. No, dude. I said about 6 months ago, I was like, whatever. They were talking. I mean, their stuff was less than what we do for residential. I'm like, dang,
Mhm.
and we took it.
Oh
We're
yeah.
like, all right, fine. They were like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, we're fine.
you're gonna have
They were
stuff,
like,
and you know why I'm telling you to run those calls. Do you have any idea why I'm telling you to run those calls?
just to get my foot in the door.
No, no, no.
What?
To get
What?
customers. To get customers.
Oh
To
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah, yeah.
customers.
Right,
That's how
repeat
you get
customers. Yeah.
your customers. Yeah, matter of fact, because I'm going to show here. I'm going to show one to. Let me go and show these freaking pictures. Because
That's how I get a lot of my customers. Yeah, you're right. I get majority of my customers.
Yeah.
Excuse me, on the residential side, we get it from.
Mhm.
Uh,
Why
because
you
I
keep
do.
bringing up the residential? Let that
Well,
go, brother.
because it's
Just
just.
to stay on focus, task.
Well,
Stay on the
I ain't done
task.
no. I ain't
See,
done no
that's what I'm saying. You
commercial.
all over the place. Stay on task. Stay on target. Stay on target, brother.
I did.
Stay
Look, I
on
did.
target.
I even came back from the. I even came back from the.
Here it is, right
Uh,
here. I got a picture of this damn thing. Where'd you go? You still
I'm.
there?
I'm here. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm here. Hold on. Hold on.
all right.
Yeah, I can see my
Oh,
screen.
there it is. Picture right here. So let me go back to this and that, and this and that. All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring this sucker up. Let me drop this because I got the Nord Pole information. Let me drop this and let me add. And I don't know where the hell my vision. I don't know where the hell is my gots to have vision. I don't have my glasses on anyway.
Yeah, he ain't get your readers on.
Yeah, I don't have my
Man,
readers, man. I got 3 damn readers I can't find.
I'm
I lose them all the
fighting.
time.
I'm fighting so hard not to get glasses. I got a little magnifying glass in my pocket now. I had to
Yeah,
pop that out
I got
yesterday.
my all right, so I have my Milwaukee's right here, and
What?
there are readers there in the bottom section. So
What?
I have to wear it. Yeah, brother, that's something that everybody do. I never thought that would be a flex in later years in life. They like, oh man,
Yeah,
let me
I'm
see
trying to get the
those.
50 without them.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get the 50
I got
without them.
me some service glasses with some magnifiers in them. I wish they
Yeah,
had.
you get
Well,
some.
these are like 1.25s. That's cool. That's cool for me, but they really should have something a little thicker than that. But brother,
Or some
let me get.
fives.
I don't need no fives. I just need, the 1.25s is cool, but I wonder if they're gonna
Well,
bring them up to 2.
I got clients that are always trying to put a lye on their aluminum. So I always
Yeah.
got to try to read the bottles for them, and that stuff is so small. So,
Look here, brother. All right. So if you listen, I'm gonna tell you, right? If you
okay.
listen, I'm gonna tell you. So here we go. Let me go ahead and add this. Let me go ahead and add this. Let me stop that screen. Let me present. All right, let me go ahead and show the pictures again. Let me do the show and tell. Yeah, I know you're driving, so you can't really see it. So the people
I see it.
out, the people that's looking. So at the top of the screen, hopefully I can see that. Oh, they can't really. Yeah. All right, so you can't see it, but at the top of the screen, this actually says that this is May 12th at 3:07 PM. This is an Onera Group refrigerator.
Okay.
So this is something that I found, and I actually had been to this one before, and it's got some weird issue. So I'm actually picking up the entire location. There's another place like that. So this is how you're not going to get a ton of calls on, oh damn, this is Onera Group. I mean, but you're not going to get a ton of calls from them. But the calls you do get, it's a chance for you to get out there and introduce yourself to the customer. You know, they get to see how you work. They get to, experience how it is talking with you, dealing with you. And you actually will gain quite a few new clientele from that. And it's clientele you didn't have to advertise for. It's clientele you didn't have to send your wife on over to them and try to explain who you are, what you do, and all that other stuff. They already know who you are. So once a single manufacturer says this guy is okay for a customer, you're good to go. And not only that, other distributors, other dealers, they actually will pick up information from these manufacturers, like, hey, who you got in this, in the market, and they will pass your information along. That's how people. I had what was it, 2-3 hour conversation today with a distributor, and he only knew me from dealing with a Master unit, and he come finding out that I take care of Mirko. I take care of. He really wants me for Champion dishwashers. He found out that I do CMA, and these are all lines, that he sells. And he just now found out that I have been taking care of those units that he actually sold. Every time he heard about a problem and it got taken care of, I was the one doing it, but he didn't find that out until a couple days ago. So to get yourself out there, this is one of the ways to do it. You're under the assumption like you're going to have a bunch of jobs from these people. You are not. And you don't have to go running out there. Put that damn job off for a week or two. Put it with something else that's going to be over that way. But you got to work the system. You got to work the system. So that's an ice machine that's why I was late. I was taking care of this ice machine. I take care of that ice machine all the damn time. All the damn time. Oh man. All right. So this I'm gonna have to get into. I'm gonna have to get into that later. So let me go back. Let me drop this. And then let me add. So, brother, you're gonna have to start with the basics. You're gonna have to sign up with Duker. And not only do that, brother contractor, what's happening? Hey, I got a question for you, contractor. Are you in Louisiana now, or are you still over on the East Coast? But you're gonna have to send your information over to these people, and you're gonna have to call them. Just like I called Champion today, and I said, hey man, am I ASA for you guys or not? I never did check because I didn't care about that. I just wanted to know how to be able to take care of the new digital control system when they first came out with it. So I'm waiting to hear back from them because this distributor wants me. He had like 3 dishwashers he wanted me to do. No, okay, you still ain't made it. You still going, contractor? You still going? All right, so let me get. What the hell is that? So, brother, you're gonna have to, and I already know from you, you're gonna say you're gonna have to check. But have you contacted Dukers?
I gotta check. I gotta look. Yeah, I gotta look. What did you tell me about it?
The same thing I tell everybody on here. I told you no different than them. There was no special treatment. Hold on one second. Let me show. Let me go ahead and do this, man. I swear, brother, I need some antacids. I need some antacids, bro. You're so difficult, bro. You're difficult to work with. You're difficult, bro. You're difficult.
I did everything you told me to do.
No, you have not. You have not.
I was like, yo,
How you
we'll
gonna
work for
say you didn't
two.
done everything what I didn't gave you guys?
You
Dukers,
said,
Lear, I gave you guys Onera,
hold
I
on.
gave you guys on site, I gave you guys easily over 60 different people to call, and you guys don't call nobody.
Because they call, man, we call them. They call you. They want you. They only want Big Mike, man. They
Man,
don't want to mess with
brother, it
they
don't
don't want to
work
mess
like
with
that.
Hercules.
Let me tell you how it works with me. Let me tell you how it works with me. They're so worried that I'm gonna turn down the call, just like the Chipotle I did today. They don't even ask me. They send it to me and hope and pray that I accept it. They send it to me and hope and pray that I accept it, because if they call me, because I'm a one man show. So if
I'm
any
the
of
same
them
way.
call me, I have to vet the call. I have to find out if anybody's been out there. I had to find out how far it is away from me. I had to find out
Mm-hmm.
who the hell the client is. I got like 30 damn questions before I even
Right.
consider taking a damn call from any of these people.
I'm the same way, just on the other side, man. Like on the
You
other side, I'm
shouldn't
like,
be. You should
I,
not be. As long as it is relatively close to you and you ain't got to cross
uh,
any tolls or bridges or nothing like that, you can take it. And like I said, if you do, you just let them know, hey, look, man, I got to cross over these tolls and bridges to get there. Are you going to make me whole? And they're going to say, yeah, because they ain't got no choice. They know where the hell they calling to. Everybody else got to do the same thing. Everybody else got to do the same thing. So did you call Atosa? Oh, damn. You
no,
did. You did.
like I
I already
said,
know you did. Where the hell is my
I haven't been.
antacids, man? What the hell?
Yeah. No, baking soda, water. See, I'm gonna lace you up, baking soda.
Oh, baking soda, baking soda.
Trust me.
So
That'll
now,
take care
so
of it.
now I gotta consume baking soda and brush my teeth with baking soda and everything else, because I
No.
got
With the hard
I
part,
got Big Will who don't
I
want to
tell you.
listen,
No,
and then want to tell everybody he want $100 million when he go out on a damn job.
nah, man. See, that's look. I
Shit.
go out there. We go do the job, right?
How you gonna
But
go out there? You
they
ain't
gotta
even got,
call.
these people don't even have your information.
They do. They just ain't call. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody
You
got it.
did you call them to see if they had your information?
Yeah. Like
That
they'll
don't sound,
say
that
they.
doesn't sound definitive, brother.
Well,
Yeah,
because
yeah, they did.
I stopped. Like all the ones I was doing, the ones that you told me to do, we called them and talked with them 6 months ago.
Brother,
I didn't get nothing back from them.
I'm signed up with over 300 manufacturers. I did not give you a lot of people to call.
I am going. What I'm going to do is I'm
Oh,
going to go back. I'm going to go back over the videos that I've
why are you
missed in the
going
past
back
six
over the
months.
videos, bruh? I've already deleted at least 300 videos, bruh. I don't
Oh,
even understand. Yeah, I'm deleting a lot of stuff. A lot of people are going over to Twitter. A lot of people are doing Patreon. So I'm actually, because I'm appreciative of all the newer subscribers I got. But I gotta do something. I gotta make a move, because it ain't happening over
you got to
here.
clean. You clean the house. You clean the house.
Well, I'm gonna be sharing a lot more numbers, a lot more money situation. So, brother, let me share this real quick. So this is Dukers.
Okay.
Dukers been calling me like crazy. I worked with Dukers since day one. So
Okay.
Dukers is Korean. They pretty much are copying the Atosa playbook. And
Okay.
so they started out, they only had like one warehouse out there in California. Now I think they're
Okay.
up to 6 or 7. Hold on, it should be here.
I'm in the bay.
Brother, okay. I'm not Dukers though. I just said they got about 6 or 7 warehouses. You gotta, brother, you gotta temp that down. You gotta simper down now. Simper down. What a
Yeah.
tie. You gotta bring
Yeah.
that down. Bring it down, son. Bring it down.
Yes, sir.
Bring that down, son. What a tie. Simper down now. Hold on, let me see here what they got. Yeah, because you over here trying to pitch to me heavy, and then I send you over there to them people. You like, man, Mike, I couldn't get nothing out of them people. Like, bruh, because you over there selling to me, and they're the ones that need they're the one that need the pitch. Look at all these guys that's out here. So they do have a warehouse. Yep, they got a warehouse in Hayward.
I know where that's at. It's about 35 minutes from me.
Okay, brother, stop just doxing yourself. We cool. We cool. I know where you at. I'm telling you, it got one in Hayward. You ain't gotta give the clicks and miles and 5 minutes from your
Yeah.
house. We good. We good. So you need to contact Dukers.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, everybody's in the same boat. That's one of the things I'm bringing up today. Like I have been pushing against adding employees, but I made my daughter some promises, and now I got to make good on those promises. And the only way I'm going to be able to make good on the promises really is by adding employees. So I'm in expansion mode. I'm in expansion mode.
Now's
Yeah.
the time.
So now's the time. A lot of people are reaching out to me, and now's the time because these older guys they're retiring. They're retiring every freaking month. They're gone.
Yep.
And then not only that, you because that's what's so crazy about what I'm hearing from you is that even corporate America, all these large service companies, they're short staffed. You pick a company, Ecolab, Smart Care, General Parts, they're all short staffed. Shit. You pick a brand. Pick a brand. They're going to be short staffed. Any one of them, they're going to be short staffed. Hold on one second. Oh, they're all going to be short staffed. But I'm low power. 1 second. Go ahead. I can hear you.
No, I'm just taking notes.
Taking notes, brother. No, you need a damn list. You need a list of these manufacturers. You need to call them. You need to let them know what you're doing, what you're up
Okay.
to, and stop being a prima donna. That's the bullshit. You being a prima donna on this lot of this bullshit, man. Yeah,
I
so
will go get it off. I'm gonna get all the bread from the bakery.
yeah, you need to get in there. You need to get some damn experience. Remember what I told you. If their numbers are low, only take a call that is going to be close to you. Say, hey, that's how you're gonna start me out. I'm only doing X amount of radius, and they'll rock with that. They gotta roll with that. That's
That's
just
what I do at ACP. That's what I did at ACP. They were like, yeah, we kind of
oh, brother, you ain't getting. See, that's another thing. You want to shoot for the stars, bruh. You ain't going nowhere with no damn ACP, bruh. You ain't doing nothing with no damn ACP. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. I'm gonna tell you that right here, right now. That is not going to happen. That is not going
okay.
to happen. It's not gonna happen, brother.
All right.
It's not.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. That is not now, nor will that be something for you in the near future. ACP is only look, bro. You talking about control panels on some of these units that are about $2,000, and when you sign up with them, because there's no money in doing this warranty thing. There's no money in that. It's
Right.
all about getting the customer. It is all about getting yourself out there. Oh, good. This thing's got a little bit of juice. So that is not where you want to. You damn sure don't want to be on the hook because they're not messing with you. Not too sure if you know how to put on a $2,000 panel because there's only a few parts on those ACP units, and all the damn parts are sky high. All the parts are sky high, and not only that, they want immediate response. They call you at 8 o'clock in the morning. They want you over there to that customer by 10. It's ACP.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow? It's AC fucking P. What are you talking about? It's Amana. It's Amana Menu Master. Brother, did you even look into who they are?
I did, man.
Well, why are
I
you saying wow?
I'm just well when I had a discussion with the guy, that wasn't what he was
Look,
that
man,
wasn't what he
you're
was.
the umpteenth person to say this. You're the umpteenth person. Look, man, when you go to these conferences and stuff, they're trying to woo you, and these people they
They were
need
selling.
numbers. They need
They were
numbers
selling.
to bring back.
You know.
They don't give a damn about what you talking about. They only when they go back when they have their meeting. Oh, how was the conference? Oh, it was great. I talked to 300 service providers. We got some real good ones in there. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Nothing real comes out of these. It's all bullshit. If any of these was, do you think I'm holding something back from you? Is that what this is?
No, come on.
I mean, what
No,
do you hear me singing the praises of these damn conventions?
no. I just look. We went. We tried it. We did it, and I didn't get any calls.
You're wasting your fucking time. I keep telling you,
And
stop
money.
wasting your time.
And
Stop
money. Oh my
it.
God.
You're wasting
Oh,
your time, your energy, your effort, and your money. With that waste you did, you could have ran a call or two on the goddamn Onera group and found out how these things work, how the controllers work, all that good stuff, because you don't know any of that. You could have possibly gotten a paying customer out of that deal by now.
yeah.
So here it is right here. Amana Menu Master units. These are their microwaves. $3,000 for one ACP, and the numbers go up like that. This is 1,400. This Amana microwave is 5,000. Well, 4,500.
Mm-hmm.
And you gonna take your happy ass over there and do what?
We got them up to 15 G's.
What's that?
They have some up to 15. I was
Yeah,
just gonna
I know
go.
they do. I know they do, but that's what I'm telling you. When you're paying in this business, when you're paying that kind of money, what you need to understand is that microwave is everything. Without that microwave, they can't even serve certain dishes. They don't have any using that microwave, that impingement oven. They don't need a vent hood. So they oftentimes do not have an oven. That is their oven. As you're seeing on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
that's how they make. When you go to Salad and Go, they don't have any other way to make eggs. They put their eggs in those speed ovens. They have a special material, and it's like a silicone mold, and they can put the eggs in there, and it's gonna cook the eggs perfectly. It's not like at your home, and it's gonna splatter everywhere. No, they have the program, and this one that this person was using, that screen is 2,000 something odd dollars. I got one in the garage right now. So that is their only way. That is their only way of preparing foods. What if you go to Tropical Smoothie Cafe, that is the only way that they cook food. When they're making these dishes, when they're cooking squash and all this other stuff, sweet potato, they do it in that Express Chef oven. Is it the Express Chef? I don't think it's the Menu Master. I think it's the Express Chef. They don't have any other way to cook. They have a panini press to grill the sandwiches to put, make sure they hold together, but that's not cooking the item. They actually cook chicken. They actually cook. And they might have one or two, but when they have their big lunch break and their big lunch rush and all that, now they're depending on you to bring your ass on out there and get them back up and running same day. So this is not a brand for you to come out there and learn with. They don't want to do that.
Okay.
How you get on with a brand like that, how you get to do that kind of stuff is you get a customer using Dukers, using Atosa. At the level you're at, you have to use Atosa, Dukers. You have to use, like you said, you have to use Norpol, and then brother contractors here, so he knows he's gone with MVP Group and all their stuff, Sierra, Hot Side, and their other Max Cold and all that other stuff, all those other lines. So, have you ever called MVP Group?
I gotta look.
And see, why do you not know these names? These are the basic names because you cannot get in at the top level. You cannot, will not, they will not let you in at the top level. They don't want you to, you're going to cause problems for them. Your way in is with the lesser known brands. Your way in is with the entry level brands. Brands like Dukers, brands like Atosa, brands like Norpol, brands like Everest. All of these lesser known brands, entry level brands, that is where you have to start. That's where you're going to start. And you should already know these by heart. You should already know these. You should already be like, yeah, I already talked to them and Vanessa and blah, blah, blah. And I talked to her. But you're not coming to me with none of that. You just coming to me talking about I ain't getting no traction. There's no traction. What the hell are you talking about?
I'll call Vanessa again. I'll call her again.
There is no Vanessa. I just made that up.
No, there's a lady. There's a lady that you have us call. Her name was Vanessa. I remember the lady's name. I sent her. I told her these are the areas I do. They had us send us zip codes. We sent them that, and it was for. I think it was for refrigerators, whatever. For
So here's,
commercial
like I said, here's another one, man. Here's MVP. Seeing contractor on the stream reminds me, yeah, you got this line of equipment with their Coolit, with their Ocean, with the Icon, Hydrocool, the Axis, Sierra. You got all of this stuff, and you just have to sign up with all of these people, and you got to get going in your market. You got to get going in your market. I'm giving you all this information. I'm going to send in an invoice for MVP, and it should be fine. I don't know because I had I think Untamed Kango has I think he ran into a problem. Brother, you still here?
You talking to me?
Can't. No. Untamed Kango, because just like you call me, some of these other people that are in the stream, they'll call me, and I do really want to hear about whatever issues you guys might have, especially when it comes to payment. Oh hell, especially when it comes to payment. If somebody is slow pay, I need to know about it. Keep talking. I'm here with you. So it's one of those things, brother. But yeah, you gotta sign up with these different companies because I'm doing a combi oven. Well, I've already done it. I did a combi oven for MVP. I'm gonna submit that because this power level I got is not good. Power level I got ain't the best. I gotta boost this. But yeah, you really need to hit me up and I'll go ahead and redo a whole list for you.
Okay.
All right, because you really do need to contact these people, man. You got to contact these people. You got to hit them up and you got to repeatedly hit them up. The only reason why these people know who I am is because I'm already doing work for their competitors. That's what they know about me. They know I'm listed with their damn competitor. And then they might, one might leave the company, go to another one. They all do that. They all cross-pollinate.
Yeah.
And then before I know it, shoot, before I know it, everybody knows. They know that I'll take care of them. Oh, keep going, man. Keep going. Keep going. I'm here. I just need
Oh
power. This
no,
thing.
I'm just.
Yeah, I was like I said, I was doing the Chipotle. So let me give you while you still here. Let me give you this other company. So this is
Okay.
on site. Okay, yeah, Kango is here. Um,
Yeah,
there
I
we
just
go.
need a list, and once I get the list again, I'll
But
put all that stuff in
it's not a list like that. It's just like I said. There are over there are over. I'll just say there's over 1,000. There's over 1,000 commercial manufacturers. I would. It's more than likely upwards of somewhere like probably like 3,000. Because every time I come on the stream, I'm telling you guys about somebody different. I'll tell you guys about somebody different, like just like Old Hickory. I completely forgot about Old Hickory. Is it Old Hickory or Old Henry? Yeah, Old Hickory. So just stuff like that, man. So you didn't call Old Hickory either, did you?
I don't recall that name.
Right. There's so many different brands. What you can do is you can always go on any of those Webstaurant online dealer sites like Webstaurant, any of that kind of stuff. And on Tankango, did you ever get paid from MVP Group and Brother Contractor? Did you ever get paid from them? So you can go on Webstaurant. We'll do that right now, and there'll be a ton of names. Man,
Okay.
you got a bunch of different stores to call. Hold on, man. I'm still looking for a decent cord that's gonna, cause I'm about to lose you guys in a minute.
What kind of cord you got? I mean, I can't find the right thing.
Oh,
What is it? The same.
I got 30 cords. My family are murderers. They will murder a cord in a hot second.
I get the laptop cords, but the last two batches of laptop cords, are just been garbage.
Yeah, I do have some expensive cords. There we go. I do got some expensive cords that I got from Micro Center. I actually have to find those. So, have you signed? Matter of fact, this reminds me. Have you signed up with any of the ice machine manufacturers?
Yeah, I did. True. Like I said, I just went to the True.
No. Okay. Here's the
Um,
thing about True. Here's the thing about True. You're not going to get a call from True.
okay.
All right. You're not going to get a call from True. So let
I
that
did
shit
the
go.
Hashizaki. I did the
Yeah.
Hashizaki.
Hoshizaki might give you a
Oh, it's
call.
called Hashi. I did the
Yeah.
Hoshizaki.
There's no A. Yeah. Hoshizaki.
And
Hoshizaki.
you told me about the hoe. It's hoe. So yeah,
Yeah.
you actually helped me. Remember, you helped me with one. You helped me with
Yeah,
that Hoshizaki.
Oshizaki Scotsman.
I did a Scotsman in L.A.
No.
Um,
Did you sign up?
no. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Did I sign up?
No,
I don't
man.
think I did.
No. Baking soda be damned. I need an antacid. I need
Bro,
an
you better get the
antacid.
bit. Listen.
Matter of fact, hold on. I got some Pepto Bismol in here,
Listen.
brother.
If it doesn't
I
work,
need some. Oh, you got paid. Okay, good. You got paid. All right. So
if it doesn't
MVP.
work, if it doesn't work, I'll send you $100 right now.
No, it's a
Bacon
base.
soda,
It's a base. I know it works. It's
bacon
a
soda
base.
water.
It's a base. Yes, of course it works. But I need something stronger, bro. I need
Bro,
something
it'll be
stronger.
gone. It'll be gone in 10 seconds. And then you're gonna do a big old massive burp.
Oh, I know it'll be 10 seconds. It's a base. It'll neutralize. It's a
Yep.
base.
It'll take all the acid. It'll wipe it out. And it tells me that probably eating a lot of fried food, man. You've been at Popeyes lately.
No, my wife is big on that, dude. But no,
No,
no.
your wife is too.
Yeah, she been like one of my customers is Golden Chick. So you don't have them out there, but one of my customers is Golden Chick. It's a chicken chain, and so when I take care of a new one, I'll bring her some food. She's like, oh, this is good, and ever since I brought her some Golden Chick,
Yo.
She been on a fried chicken kick lately.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
got nobody to blame but that one on myself.
Yo, that's
Um,
cocaine.
yeah, obvious to her. Yeah.
My wife's the same way. She's the same
Four,
way.
4 minutes. So
Popeyes.
so here's like I said before. I always tell you guys, ice is the gateway. Ice machines need to be clean so you can service a perfectly oh no a perfectly good ice machine. It still needs to be oh damn I didn't even go live. Damn, I forgot to go live. I forgot to go live on Instagram. Um, you could deal with a good ice machine, but it still needs to be clean. Still needs to be clean. So that was a really good one for people that are starting out because you're not worried about hot gas valves. You're not worried about TXVs. You're not worried about any of that stuff. All you're doing is cleaning the unit, disassembling it, cleaning it, sanitizing it, and putting it back in service. And that has to be done with a lot of these places. It has to be done like every quarter, if not sooner. If not sooner. So that's why I always tell people that ice machines are the gateway drug. Because when the health department comes out, they got to have somebody come out there and take care of it. They got to. They got to have somebody come and take care of that sucker. So that is why you hit up all the ice machine manufacturers, and they are the only group that is actually interested in bringing people on board. Everybody else is, yeah, they really don't want you messing up what they got going on. Because when you coming in, especially with ACP, you're going to be pissing off the service companies that's already dealing with ACP. You messing up the church's money.
You know. I just like I said when I talked with them, it was just on their a few of their microwaves.
That's all they do is
And
microwaves.
right, and so that was
They
it.
don't
They
do
were
nothing
like, "So
else.
we do in this restaurant, this restaurant, this restaurant."
I
And I
told.
asked them, I said, "I don't want to step on nobody's toes." So they gave me the guy for the area that I was in.
Uh-huh. What? But what was the point of that?
Just like because they were saying, "Well, this guy's about to retire."
See what I'm talking about with you, brother.
Dude, I told you,
That's pertinent
I told you
information
that,
that we.
man.
That's pertinent information that we need to know,
Yes,
bro.
brother, I just said that already, Big Mike.
All right, all right. If
I
you
said
said it,
that.
then I missed it, and I apologize. But I didn't quite catch that one. I didn't hear that one. I
Yeah, I
listened to
said he's about to retire. And so when I called this dude up and I talked with him, and he straight out told me he was like, heck no, he ain't retired. He was like, and he told me like his whole entire area, he does a huge area. I mean, he goes far. He does like I do. He does what I do. Like I charge for going far, but what he does is he works out of his house,
that. Uh
picks
huh.
the equipment up. He picks the equipment up and he'll take it back to his shop and he'll work on it. And then he has
Right,
his regular customers. He'll bring their pieces of equipment to him,
right.
and he'll
That's
work on
usually what. Yeah, that's how this goes. That's how this goes down, brother. That's how this
it. Yeah.
works. That's what I'm saying. You haven't had a chance to even get involved with this business.
So yeah, but
But
now I
you
was like,
haven't you
dang.
haven't even opened yourself up to it. So here's
But
another one. Like this is another bottom barrel. This is
okay.
JMC Supply. There's so many of these upstart companies with their Spartan line, Vault. I think Vault has something to do with the with beer, the Komodo. So this is reaches, pizza prep tables, all that kind of stuff. So you want to, like I said, you want to get signed up with as many people, as many manufacturers as possible. Now um, you did mention Norpol. Did you even sign up with Norpol?
I gotta see. I gotta, like I said, I gotta see. I gotta look at all those old emails and
Well,
see.
why are you doing that? Why do you
I
not
told you,
know
I
who the
stopped.
hell you signed up
I
with?
stopped. I stopped. Listen, I told you, I stopped going. I stopped going heavy after them about 6 months ago. I
You
wasn't getting any callbacks. I wasn't
you said
getting.
you stopped doing what 6 months ago?
I stopped hitting them up, all those companies up about 6 months ago. They had me send, like, I was doing emails, I was sending them emails, and they were like, what areas do you do? This is the areas we put in a zip code. I try to stay within 10 miles of the shop, 10, 15 miles of the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't have to cross on bridges or whatever. And it's kind of a good thing to do that because I learned from previous experience, dealing with the other side of it, is that
Mm-hmm.
they once they know your area, once they know what area you're in, if
Right.
they really need you, they'll let you know because they'll be like, "Yo, can you just do this right here for us?"
There
Like,
you go.
and
That's
they'll be
that's
like,
how it is. That's
"I'll be
how it
like,
is.
well, this is our fee. This is our travel fee."
Uh-huh.
You know, and if they don't, and all of them need you, they need you, and they like to play games like that. But
Brother, you preaching to the choir. We already know this, man.
right, man, I know, bro. I'm just
We
saying,
already know this.
I don't send all these people this information. The problem is,
You have not
you
sent
didn't get the
you
call
have
back.
not sent brother, you have not sent out information to 300 different manufacturers.
I have not. You're
I
right.
mean,
I
yeah,
have
I
not.
know you haven't. I know you haven't. I
I
know you
probably
haven't.
have sent it out to 20. I haven't sent out
So
300, but I sent it out to. I probably sent it out to 20 or more.
I know you look, brother. I know you haven't. So you don't know. First of all, when you send this stuff, you need to be on the phone with these people when you send it. Because
Okay.
this stuff is just going to go to the info. Where are you sending your stuff to? Info, contact us. Where are you doing? Where are you sending this stuff?
Um, all the ones that I sent the information out to were the ones you told me to go take a look at, and so like I would call them up.
I told people about 60 different brands. There's no way in hell you sent out to all 60.
I didn't send all 60, but I did send it to at least 20 of them.
And so you did not quite follow up, right?
I sent the information out to them. I called them up. And I would talk to them, and they'd all tell me the same thing. They would say, "Okay, this is what you got to do. You talk to either this person, or we want to know what your prices is,
Mm-hmm.
or what." Typically, every single one was, "What area do you do?"
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
did within.
you're in a very desirable area. So first things first, I always tell them I go with market rate because otherwise you're never going to get your foot in the door. You've got to start somewhere and then you bring your prices up. Once you show that you know how to work on the product and you bring your prices up. But you have no leverage. You have no leverage. You got no leverage, brother. You got no leverage. And you just keep delaying this stuff. 6 months at a time, you keep delaying everything. So you see on the screen right there, I got Magic Chef right there. You know who sells the Magic Chef Norpole line?
Um, that was I think that was the last one I did.
Yeah,
With the
but
Magic Chef. Yeah,
who sells it? Do you know who sells it?
I forget. I
Home
forget.
Depot, brother. Home Depot.
Oh,
I mean,
who's okay? Who sells them? Okay.
yeah, because that's what's most important is who's selling this stuff. The dealer determines what gets sold. The dealer determines what's going to go out in their market. So let me go to appliances, and I'll show you there's going to be a whole bunch of these weird ass names. Don't nobody know. See, there's a lot of cool. Oh, see, here it is right there. Oh, yeah. Did you ever call Cooler Depot?
I gotta double check. I told you it's like 6 months since I did all this, man. Since I was on it hard, I was stomping the pavement hard.
Right. So Cooler Depot
Uh-huh.
finesse their way into the Home Depot site. So what you get a lot of upstart restaurants, you get a lot of food trucks, you get a lot of people that maybe they have some kind of emergency situation where they needed a unit, relatively quickly, and their normal source is like backed up or they're on a waiting list. So Cooler Depot finessed their way in, and now that Cooler Depot has a woman. It used to be a guy named Oscar or something like that, but now it's a woman handling that. She keeps bothering me to send in my invoice, so I got to send in my invoice. It was a corner store that sells vape pens and stuff like that, and they had bought a Cooler Depot unit, probably from Home Depot, and then it didn't work. It didn't work from jump. And then by the time I came on over there, they had already took the damn thing back. They had already returned it. So anybody, that's telling me right there that it was probably Home Depot that they bought the damn thing from. Because Home
I get it.
Depot, they'll give you your
Jordan,
money, no problem back, no problem. So here it is right
Jordan,
here, $3,000. Because that's another problem I had with North Pole. Even when they first started, North Pole is Magic Chef. When they first started, they wanted a ton of money for their damn Chinese units, and it's just not worth it. But anyway, so they sell out of Home Depot. So anybody using a PayPal can buy one. Anybody using a Home Depot store credit card can go ahead and get one. So people will often trying to get their restaurant going, trying to get their food truck going. They'll go ahead and say, okay, well, I'll buy these. I got, $8,000 with Home Depot credit line with them. Let me go ahead and get my fridge, deep fryer, all that stuff from Home Depot, and I got another couple of grand with a Webstaurant, and then that's how they'll put everything together. See right here, it says $500 a month. So their Home Depot gets to use their financing to get a lot of this stuff moving.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to find North Pole sold through many, if any, other lines, through any other dealers. I don't even know if anybody else is selling. I had a hard time 15 years ago trying to sell North Pole. A very hard time trying to sell North Pole. So here it is. Here's another one for $2,000. Well, that's still $2,700. But you got, so like I'm saying, this is their distribution channel. The dealer / distribution is actually Home Depot for Magic Chef, because you're not going to be able to just go into Target and get Magic Chef. You're not going to be able to go in Walmart and get Magic Chef. They have an exclusive agreement with Home Depot. So on the residential side, if you've ever wondered why it's always bought from Home Depot, that's because that is their main line. That's how they sell their stuff. The stuff comes in from China, they bring it in Chicago, they check it out, and then they ship it right on over to Home Depot. Right on over to Home Depot. And look at these damn lies. Garage ready. This damn thing is not garage ready. Ideal for restaurant, bars. Yeah. So anyway, so you need to contact North Pole, which is, even though everybody over there, it's the same people, you still have to go through the North Pole side. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot get to North Pole signed up with Magic Chef. Magic Chef, Bassani, that's all the same company. North Pole, Magic Chef, Bassani, that's all the same company. You got Cooler Depot. Oh, let's see here. Cooler Depot.
Let me check out. Let me check out real quick because I need to jump in. I need to jump in the shop and then bring all my gear in
Yeah, that's
and hit
cool.
the
That's
head.
cool, because I'm
And
gonna
then I'll
I'm
come back
gonna
on.
tell people about the company to sign up with that's gonna get them into Chipotle and stuff like that. So that's cool, man. Thanks for coming up, man. Don't be no
No,
stranger.
I'm gonna be right back. Like I said, I need to
That's
hit the
cool.
head, man.
I'll be here. I'll be here for maybe another 30 minutes.
All right,
Maybe
I'll be
another
back on about
30
10.
minutes. And let me stop there. All right, cool.
I'll be back. I'll be back in 10.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
in a minute.
Let me show let me do the show and tell. So here's the photos. I'm just gonna do this in a reverse order. I'm gonna go back in time. So all of this was today. Is this a video? Damn, I thought the last one was a video. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, so you can see this. Let me drop that, brother. He'll just come back. You all are welcome to come on up. Let me see what I did with that damn invite. Invite. Okay, so the invite is pinned at the top. So I was out there at a brand new Chipotle today. So let me give you the run through. That's what I was doing. That's what I was live. Oh, and contractor, he went and did one of these. He was over there at a Chipotle today. Not today, but he was at a Chipotle before. Oh, give me 1 second. Shrink that. All right, cool. Oh, so Woodstone. Chipotle is transitioning over to Woodstone for their griddle, and then Woodstone is also their protein. So their rice cooker, black beans, brown beans, well, black beans, pinto beans. They're using a Woodstone, and I'll show you that one. Then instead of instead of Duke, they're using H&K. So this H&K, Duke, Delfield, a lot of these different manufacturers, they make these units that are hot and cold, what we call serve well units. So this is so right next to some of those units, hopefully I can see. No, so some of these were videos. So this is showing temperature on that hot holding table. Refrigerator, and that's Hoshizaki. So here it is on the counter. So you don't see these when you're walking into a Chipotle, but Hoshizaki has basically taken over by the means of Hoshizaki doesn't make these units. They're using another manufacturer that makes them. Hoshizaki stamps their name on them. And then so this is a pure money play for them. So they just get themselves in there using their brand name and their pricing, their ability to be flexible with pricing. Very much the same way that True does. So fun fact, True used to hold this position with Chipotle. So it used to be, let me make sure I got all you guys on here. It used to be, okay, good. It used to be Charleston. So Charleston was in Chipotle. Thank you, brother. It used to be Charleston. Then Chipotle dropped Charleston. Then they went with Continental. And Continental had this position. Then they dropped Continental. Then True stepped in. They dropped True. And then Hoshizaki come bringing their happy ass up in there. Why? Because Hoshizaki already had that foothold with their damn ice machine. Being involved and being active on his YouTube channel, welcome back. So they already had that foothold, and they just worked that number. They worked that number. So they were able to get in there and say, okay, so you get our ice machines. We're gonna do a deal with you. We're gonna do a pricing deal, and they managed to transition from solely being an ice machine supplier to Chipotle to now they are their refrigeration supplier. And once I'm pretty sure once they get some hot holding tables and stuff like that, they'll be able to get that too. So there is they've added the Turbo Chef. There it is right there. So Turbo Chef was dropped by Starbucks in favor of the Mary Chef. Once again, it was another pricing play, and Turbo Chef found a new home in Chipotle. So once again, if you've seen some of my other videos where I have done a startup previously at a Chipotle, this same configuration was by Duke. Now, Duke has been replaced with H&K. This entire location has about 3 H&K units. And so, yeah, there you go. So nobody else. Now, this is a glass tender. I've given you guys information on glass tender. Remember I told you, I said, oh, bars and nightclubs and stuff like that. I haven't given you information on the air curtain, because normally I deal with Mars. This is a brand that I'm familiar with as well, but I don't always see this line. I actually enjoy working with air curtains. I don't know if you've ever heard anybody talk about air curtains, but I actually enjoy dealing with them. So here we go. They're using Imperial. So they're now supplying a temperature gauge for the startup. Before they weren't doing that, but they will provide they will provide the oil. So they provide their oil. Fun fact, they don't even clean these damn things. They throw the oil in there, and they promised me that they would dump the oil. They would dump the oil. So this is a startup. I don't connect the units. I don't do any of that. And that unit over there is the one that does their rice. That's the other Woodstone. So now Woodstone has 2. They have some kind of they have an arrangement. Woodstone has an arrangement. And once again, the uprights. So there's 3 uprights at this particular location, and a couple of under counter Hoshizakis. Structural Concept always shoehorning themselves in these situations. So Structural Concept, you're going to see them in a vast majority of these places. And I'll give you the contact information in order to get these kind of jobs. So if you've ever heard of a Chipotle, you have the opportunity to do one of these startups. And I'll show you what they're paying me. I don't know if they're just paying me more or what, but they're paying me a pretty decent amount for the time, for being there. I would have been there a lot. I would have spent a lot less time in there, but I'm doing this stuff for you guys. This is the drainage system that they got set up on the Hoshizaki in the back. So I'm doing this in reverse. So this is the ice machine that they're using. I used to do a lot of Chipotles, and I don't think I have LED Handyman, but this is for LED Handyman. So these are the backflow preventers. Even with a backflow preventer outside, this location still has 3. So that's 3 annual backflow preventer checks that must be done at this place. 3 checks a year has to be done. They have to pay for it at every Chipotle. So there's the new Hobart with the digital display. There was the jug of oil. That's the Hoshizaki ice machine. I was showing you guys how the drains go. The drains do not go into it. There's the tankless, the Navion tankless, and this is ozone. So this is the ozone system that they're pumping into the ice machine to prevent mold and slime buildup. So you're watching this out of sequence. We're actually going backwards. So I might have to go. So once again, this is a brand new location, never been open, and they already have issues. This is not my issue. I have nothing to do with this. I didn't install it. I didn't put it in. I'm gonna go backwards though. I will go backwards. All right. Let me see. Is this a video? No, that's not a video. So here it is. This is a walk-in. I've explained to you guys. I told you that this is a new upstart manufacturer of walk-ins. So Evernote, Evernote. So that's their lighting system. That's box for the controls and the wires. It is a 404. It's still a 404 system. Yeah, Everidge. Still a 404. It's not a 484. So here, if you look up here, here's the number for Everidge. You can go ahead and call Everidge to get signed up if you are at all interested in, yo, what's up? If you're at all interested in walk-ins, Everidge does have a number of videos. What's up, man?
How good of you to join us.
All right, let me see if I got Everidge refrigeration. Okay, got it. All right, so depending on how long we stay on, I already got that pulled up. All right, let me go back. So this is the way they have this drain line run. They already have problems, and they haven't even served their first burrito. So this is how they did the drain. They're already having condensation issues. Already having condensation issues. So if you notice on the, like in the picture, these plugs, that's how they connect the boxes together. So that's where they stick the Allen wrench in, and there's a hook that hooks onto the other panel and draws it in, and you lock it in and you put the plug back on top of it. So like I said, this going backwards. Hold on one second. Oh, so that one did. Okay, sounds like you back. You back, brother? Is that
Yes,
what I
sir.
heard? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
sir.
So what I'm showing on the screen is a Starbucks. Not Star. You say that.
The walk
This
in.
is a no. This is a Chipotle. So this is a Chipotle. I've given you guys this information. This was the Evernote. And what I'll probably have to do is, yeah, I'll just add these to.
You need your readers for that tag.
Oh, well, no. All right. So I don't need my readers as long as I take a picture. That's the cheat code. You take a
I
picture
try
and
to
then you can
blow it
zoom
up.
in on it.
I try to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I try to
You
do
blow
it.
it up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, you keep doing yours. I'll
Yeah,
try to do it on mine. I
you
couldn't do it
blow
on
that
mine.
sucker up. You blow that sucker up, and then that tablet is your best friend. So you can use that. You use that tablet, and you can take that sucker, and then oh damn, y'all can't see it. You can take that tablet, and you can blow that sucker up.
I still ain't got me a tablet
So
yet. I still use my phone.
oh yeah. See, that's part of the reason why you got issues, brother. Part of the reason.
I come in
Let
with
me
my
see if
cell
I
phone and
can.
not my tablet.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that's part of the reason, brother. Let me see if I can move these. Let me see
Yeah, I
if I
got
can
my
take some of these
laptop.
pictures. Yeah, it's just not the same. It's just not the same.
I'll get
So
me a
I
tablet.
have the dispatch with the price, with the rate that they're paying me. 'Cause I know how y'all get.
It's
But
125.
this is really. Oh, see, you gonna make me show it now. You gonna make me
I had
show it
some.
now.
I had some. Dude, I had some where they were like 85 an hour. I'm like, what?
See, brother, you have not put in the work, brother. You have not put in the work.
Or they'll do the 140. What was it, honey?
Where
What was
the
it?
hell?
130. 130 for
Yeah,
a fix.
but you're not doing yourself no favor. Just relax. Chill out, brother. Chill out. Chill out. Just
I said
relax.
I do.
Relax a
I
little bit.
told him I would
We'll
do.
come
I
back.
told
We'll
him I
come
would
back
do.
to that. We'll come back to that because I got. So I'm gonna show y'all because everybody's all chomping at the bit. Oh, good. It's good. It's here, so I don't have no compromising photos. All right. So here it is right there. So here it is. A Chipotle equipment startup. Blah blah blah. So this is only 20 minutes from my home. Um, So here it is. See, so you can see that they sent this to me. Hey, just a couple of days ago. Just a couple of days ago. This was Thursday evening. She sent this to me. See, they gave me 48 to 72 hours. You guys can see that, right?
I gotta blow it up.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can blow it up.
Let me get rid of that. Okay, good. You guys can see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll make it. I'll make it bigger. See how big this thing will let me make it. Should be able to. Yeah, I got a zoom. Why this thing ain't working? Hold on 1 second. All right, it should. There's the zoom. There's the zoom. So here it is, Chipotle. See, so they have their own app, Field Tech Connect. Here's Chipotle. What I had to do. You got a work request, and so it is Service Plus FM. So here's the number. Here's the email. Now, I cannot guarantee that you guys will get the same amount that I would get, but this is what they paid me to walk in there, take down all the information, make sure that light the deep fryer, turn on the griddle, all that kind of stuff. So they're paying me $550, and I went on over there. I did the startup. So here it is, Service Plus FM. And she's got some other stuff too. She's got some other stuff. So let me
And
see
that's
here.
just for a diagnosis, or you said a startup. What do you mean by a startup?
Brother,
Like,
you don't pay no. God damn it! I just put it on the damn screen. Did you not? I went through all this to show you, brother. See, that's what, man. Let me hold on
I
one
just
second.
came in. Like,
Let me do this on the screen a little bit longer. Hold on. Let me do this on the screen because I think
no bad. I didn't see. I didn't see none of it.
Oh, brother.
Look at it, man. You gonna have heartburn
You
coming
can
out
hear
your
me, but I
nose,
can't
man.
hear you. So, brother. Oh. My father. Look at him over there.
Man,
All right.
your wife's gonna send you to the store for some fried chicken, for some Popeyes.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you can hear it loud and clear.
Okay. All right, man. You got me. You drive me to
Yeah, they
use
got the
some
lots of.
freaking ass.
I told you
Yeah.
baking soda, man. That stuff don't work. It's just
It,
candy.
it, it's nothing but seashells anyway. There's the seashells. Well, that's the other one. Besides baking soda, they grind up seashells. In case y'all didn't know,
Man, see,
the other one is
I can't mess
seashells.
with an essence.
All right. So hopefully, if enough of you have seen this, can I move on now? Can I continue on with myself? Put a one in the chat if I can move
Go ahead.
on now.
No, go ahead and move on. I'll record it.
I need
I'll
the
go
chat.
back over and take a look at it.
I'm looking for the chat. I mean, put a one in the chat if I can move on. If you got the number, you got the email address to call.
Oh,
Put a
let me
one in
take a
the chat.
screenshot.
Okay, cool.
I got a screenshot.
Oh man, I might have to. I might have to jump on that whole bottle before the damn night is over. I don't know if contractors in here because contractor did one of these. So what does this say, brother? What does this say? What's
Chipotle
on your screen?
says trade Chipotle kitchen equipment startup priority, and it has the
Chipotle, brother. That's Chipotle.
Chipotle kitchen.
Yeah,
Chipotle.
Chipotle. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is another brand. Anybody ever heard of this? Because I ran into
No.
this brand of commercial washer. It's a new laundromat that's opening up down the street from me, and they're not open yet. And I'm like, what the hell is a hero? I guess it's Japanese, but I can't find them. I found the Hero brand, but they were just irons. They were large. There's these large irons. They're like 10, 12 feet long, and you put bed sheets in them and stuff like that, and it presses them and folds them and stuff like that. But I couldn't find the washers and dryers, and they had washers and dryers. See, they still haven't. They're still not done with this thing. I'm
Still
like,
installed.
what the hell is this? Yeah, I need to sign up with them, but I can't find them. And there's the dryers, so they already put the dryers in.
Oh, that's one of my guys online.
Yeah, sure, sure. I hadn't. All right, so that is the startup on that. And before I go back to the Chipotle, I took my daughter to the movies, and yeah, have you been by any of your movie theaters?
It's funny you say that. I just came back from the movies. What is it? I think Friday
Mm-hmm.
morning. I did not. I didn't even go in there to look for. I just went in there to go watch Shadow Force.
Oh, I think I'm gonna need
I
it.
wasn't even thinking, man. I wasn't even thinking. I was thinking like I had to get ready for Shabbat, man. I was getting
So
ready for
not even to take a look at what they got. It becomes
I
a
read
compulsion. You become obsessed with it whenever you
six
go
months
out.
ago. I would look at everything. I would go into any of these little stores if my picking up food for the
So
wife.
so they don't have any appliances anymore. Is that why you stopped looking after 6 months?
No, I just listen. I just was staying. I was staying in my lane on the residential side. So
So
I'm
what has
still getting.
changed? So what has changed?
Like I said, like I said, when we were like, well, let's go here because there was a bunch of commercials, stuff at the MSA, so that's why we went.
Hmm. And how did that work out for you?
I mean, so far no good. So
Uh-huh.
far no bueno. So and then I caught you on, and then it was funny because I was like, man, I don't want to have to work for my wife because she's a slave master. She be
Oh
cracking
yeah.
the whip, and I was like, dang, I gotta step my game up. And then I turned it on. I turned on the phone because I had an hour drive, and then you showed up. I was like, man, let me see what's up with Big Mike.
Oh, they're saying, all right. So the brothers in the chat is saying that's a laundry lux line, Electrolux line. Really?
Mm.
Oh no, brother, you didn't tell me about that. All right. So you were on. You did a live where somebody had pulled up by your store and they had the whole truck was weighed down with them. But I thought they said Electrolux on them. I didn't know they said Hero. Okay, so that makes sense because I'm like, where the hell does this line come from? I'm looking for them. Yeah, Electrolux, especially
Squeeze.
Laundry Lux, they're kind of sneaky, and Laundry Lux technically is not Electrolux. It's a family that just like the family that used to own Speed Queen. It's a family that owns Laundry Lux, and if they want to sell something else other than Electrolux, they'd have to do something like this. So that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you. So this is the press they use. I cannot find the damn name. It's on my sign up sheet. So on the sheet, I got to put down the model and serial numbers of the units, check them out. If there was any problems, make sure that they came up to the right temp. And then of course here's the two. So you've seen one under counter, Hoshizaki. Here's the two uprights. These are both fridges. They're both 37, 38 degrees. There they go, saying they're refrigerators, single door. And I don't know why they should have a glass door merchandise. I think they're getting away from that single glass door merchandiser, and just going with the structural concept. But here's one of those H&K units again. So this one is the refrigeration unit. So there it is saying H&K. But I guess I piqued some of your interest now. See, they got it just for Chipotle. This is the one that they made just for Chipotle. So H&K is doing that. Duke isn't doing that. They're just using these lines that they've already made, and they're using them for cafeterias, whether that's prison cafeterias, whether that's grammar school, high school, university. These are ones they've already made up. But this one, and see, these are R290. H&K has one specifically. Oh, damn, that's right here, Texas,
Texas,
North Texas. So here you go. Here's the phone number. That's H&K. This is what Chipotle is using. Put a 1 in the chat once you guys have taken down this information so I can move on. If you guys don't respond, I'm going to start speeding through these. You won't get no phone numbers. And that goes for you too, Big Will.
Hey,
You taking the number down?
I'll take a screenshot. I took a screenshot. Yes, sir.
All right.
I got the screenshot.
So somebody put a 1 in the chat so we can move on to the next one. Because I don't want somebody saying I didn't move too fast and they wait, what was that number? So we can go on to the next one. And I got the Evernote. So I got that information. So here we go. So it's hot and cold. And just so there's the Chipotle model number. And the cold side is using R290. There you go. Just 4 ounces. So they're using the R290, and it is hot side as well as cold. The hot side is not gas. The hot side is electric. It is 208. That's why I keep telling you guys about the hot side. So let me see if you guys are done. Still nobody? All right. Okay. All right. That's how you're going to play it. We're going to start racing through these. So there's your beloved schematics. All your schematics are there. And then, like I said, here is the that you guys see me go live. Here is the glass tender. There's the glass tender one. Since you guys don't want to participate, I can't get no participation unless there's a damn troll in the damn chat. I can't get no participation unless there's a haggler. So that's glass tender. Once again, I told you guys who glass tender is. So this is just a little setup. There's another little thing showing you it's Chipotle. Now, here is one of the unit that they use. Here's Woodstone. So they make the griddle, and they also have this warmer. Now, how this operates is there's a push-in pin in the rear. And so once they put in the bins, the trays that are going to have the rice, put in the trays, it's going to have the beans, that kind of thing. It will allow the system, it'll allow the igniter to come on.
Okay. Oh,
hey, nobody put no 1 in the chat. Y'all got to learn. You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. Ain't nobody put no 1 in the chat.
You went past it, man. You like brought it up.
Ain't nobody put no 1 in the chat. So we're gonna fly. We're gonna fly because y'all ain't put no 1 in the chat.
That was a
How long
fly.
does it take you? It takes an hour to call for.
If you blink, you missed it.
Yeah, if you blink, you missed it. I told y'all, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. And so I told you guys about US range. Damn, I moved a little fast.
See, just a little. So look, this
it's hard to gauge these things when you're on site, and you're moving. So there's US range. So US range is in Chipotle. So when I do a live, I'm typically on site. That's going to change. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be other type of interactions when I do a live. So there's where the model serial number is. It's there. So this is their. They call these like hot plates. it's
I can't see
range,
that.
hot plate. Yeah, because I got other pictures. Now we're going in the proper um, we're going in the proper order this time. So it's just a matter of making sure everything. So like I said, remember I talked about Blue Star?
Mm-hmm.
Blue Star was created by Garland Range. And then they splintered off. The residential wasn't all it was cracked up to be. So they said, hell with this. And they spun it off in 99 and then started calling it Blue Star. They spun it off, and then Pizer Painter Stoveworks took it over.
Love their burners. Love their
Just
burners.
Yeah, just like Wolf. Wolf had a residential line, and then they spun that off. So that
And all one.
Wolf Commercial used to actually own Wolf Residential, and then they had spun that off. It wasn't,
Which
it wasn't what these people thought it was all cracked up to be.
they sold it to Cove in 01. Majority for
No, no,
so
no. Oh, no, 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 no. You're talking about 1994. I'm talking about 1994 is when Wolf sold the residential line. You're talking about the Cove dishwasher. I'm
no,
talking about
I'm talking about the range. So like in 01, because like all the majority of what I do is a
is
spinoff.
oh, so you're
Wolves.
doing that for what's the name is in Arizona, Atco.
No. They don't. So they don't. I don't do the new wolves. Like I do the old school
No,
wolves.
no, no, no. Wolf is only done by Wolf. So it's done by Sub Zero. The
Right.
older
Subs. That's what it
ones,
was.
the older ones are done by Adco. So Adco will go ahead and get you the parts. They'll sell you the parts to fix the Wolf ranges from the
Correct.
90s. Yeah, they'll sell
But
you
you know
those.
what? They don't. I don't know if I could. Like I talked to
I'm
Adco
just
and
God damn it. God damn it,
oh
man. I
what?
just told your
I'll set
ass.
up.
I
Hold on.
just told you.
Hold on. Let me
I
get my
just,
beer.
I
Hold
just,
on.
I just
Let me
told you,
get
man.
my ginger.
I just
Let me
told
get my
your
ginger
ass.
beer.
I just
My
told
bad,
your
man.
ass.
I was just gonna drop some info on a lot of those wolf ranges because one of the companies that I work with, um, all they did was use that and they just copied it. They just copied it, and it's all manufactured in China. And
What
so a lot
the
of the ranges, a
what
lot
the
of
hell
the
are you
ranges.
talking about, brother?
I'll shut up. Let me
No,
let
what
me
are
drink
you
my
what are
beer.
you saying? I don't
I,
understand. I
I
don't
was saying
understand.
like the wolves, the old school wolf, like in '01. Because I talked to the dudes in ACO, and he explained it to me. He said they
There you
stopped
go.
doing
Right. Isn't that what I just said?
right. And I'm just saying all the new modern ranges, majority of them that you're seeing, the
Oh,
real
good
super light
goddamn.
ones.
Good goddamn. What are you saying, brother? Brother,
Nothing,
stop.
nothing. I ain't saying nothing, man. I ain't saying nothing.
Just put it in neutral, bro.
Yes,
Put
sir. Yeah. I'm gonna
just
drink my
break it
beer.
on down, bro. Put it in neutral. Put it in neutral. Put it in neutral, bro.
I'll drink my
Put that
ginger.
one. Put that one in neutral, bro. Put that one in
Yes, sir.
neutral. Yeah, yeah, no, no, yeah. That ain't. No, that ain't the play. Um, hmm, swear y'all in this damn residential, brother. I was there. I've been working on residential and commercial stuff since 1992.
I wasn't even out of
Since
high school yet, man.
1992, brother. So you over here trying to tell me
I was just dropping the little
since
information I had.
92? I was there. Brother, you gonna tell me so? Okay, bro. All right.
I was just making a reference that a lot of the parts are
It
the
ain't.
same.
It ain't. God damn it. That ain't quite right. But we can get on that later. But all right. So I pulled up Adco. But for the record, if any of you out there have an original wolf that you come across, it actually is a commercial range in the home. Some of the ones that got, like he's talking about, the ones that got closer to when they got sold, some of them have igniters, but the other ones still have pilots with strikers, and they use Harper Wyman ignition modules. And Adco keeps up with all the current replacement parts. They actually are in touch with the people that have all the the tooling to make new burners. So you're very often going to need burners. So when you need new burners and things like that, you could buy them from Atco, and they will sell it to you. Fun fact, when you call up Sub-Zero and Wolf, and you select, they'll say if your Wolf range was made before the year 2000 or the year before 1998, hang up and call this other number, and that other number takes you to Atco. Yes, sir. But oh, all right, hold on. Let me go on into this one, bro. Let me finish this one before we get into theater. All right, let me get into this picture. So what you're looking at on the screen, part of the startup that you do, like I said, you go through. So I guess the COFO was late, but when you do a startup, they're going to give you a list of items, hot side and cold side, to check out. So you must check all the cold side, make sure it is getting down to temp. And then when you have a hot side, you make sure all the hot side equipment is getting up to temp. So in order to properly check a deep fryer, every single Chipotle will have one or two containers of oil, and the proper term is escaping me right now, but they will have oil. They're supposed to have oil on site. Technically, if they don't have oil on site, you cannot complete the startup. So that is what you're seeing here. The regional manager for Chipotle is actually the one pouring this oil into that vat, and this is an Imperial. So right across from it is the Hoshizaki. So here it is. I explained to him that we had to bleed the lines and all that other stuff, and then so I bled the line, lit it up for him, got the sucker pumping. Everything was fine with that. And then he actually, because there were quite a few bigwigs from Chipotle that were there at that moment. The engineers were there, the architects were there, the builders were there. It was a whole thing. Now those people should normally be there, but normally it is just like the store manager and the supervisor, and maybe one person from the builder. But today was different, which is why they might have paid, because they wanted me to be there. So they got me there. So I can't guarantee that you would get 500 to just walk in and say, yeah, everything works, but that's what they paid me. So they're using Imperial. So as you can see, there's the model serial number, and once again, Imperial makes this fryer just for Chipotle. Just for Chipotle. And so I also took some pictures of it, and this is always CYA, and that's the woodstone next to it. So I decided while everything was going, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and just show everything lit up. And it's already pre-programmed. So you do white rice, brown rice, and then the other is for the beans. And once again, I'm showing this woodstone. So they now have 2 woodstone items in all of the new Chipotle. That is what you are seeing here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna turn the sound on. So there I am pushing the button. You're gonna hear this god-awful sound. So when they move the container, you're gonna hear a sound. You're gonna hear this awful ass sound. It's awful. That is going to drive me absolutely nuts when my daughter wants me to take her to Chipotle, and I'm gonna be hearing that damn sound every so often while you're in a damn Chipotle waiting on your freaking food. That's gonna be awful. That's gonna be awful. And so, like I said, once again, there's another Hoshizaki. That's the refrigerator. I went back to those two. There's over there on the side. That's another HK. This is one that's on the serving line. There's your schematics. Sorry about the blurriness, but yeah, that's HK. So the hot side is the hot wells are always going to have water in them, and it heats it up, to keep that water, warm so that the protein doesn't dry out. So they don't want to cook the protein, but they don't want it to dry out and get hard. Pause. So I was just showing that it came to temp. Pilot is still lit. Came to temp, and it just went out. Came to temp, and then after this, I took the thermometer that they had provided, and I've stuck it in there. So that was an issue with Chipotle's earlier on. They didn't want to supply the temperature probe. So your temperature could be off from what they're doing. And then just so you know, whenever a deep fryer starts up, the temperature is going to whiplash. It's going to take several cycles before it comes to the proper temperature. So the very first time you actually light one up, it will go above 375. It's going to go to 400. It will go to 400. So here this is the FWE, which is the warming cabinet, and they actually did they left in some foam pieces, so I had to pull those out. So I'll put this up there. So once again, they got quick reference guide, the whole nine. I got another video. FWE is kind of hard to get a hold of. I could have swore I called a different location, because FWE is in a lot of places. It's
Can you line that up a little bit more?
What's that?
Can you line that picture up a little bit more?
Make it bigger?
No. Oh no, never mind. I was just saying line it up, and I did it on my side. My apologies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's the phone number. There's all that. It's really hard to get a hold of them on the phone, because they mainly just handling tech support issues. They're in Portland, Tennessee. They do close early. So once again, I didn't see a one or anything like that from y'all. So if you got it and didn't get it, that's how we getting down. That's how we getting down. So now we're back to the point where I first started showing you guys the walk-in, the Evernote. Well, and then at the location, so you're going to see a couple of different names, because the manufacturer is Evernote, but the actual unit that's the control is the Thermalright, Everidge, and then the name that's going to be on the door is going to say Evernote. It's always freaking confusing like that. So Everidge. So here, I'm going to stop this now, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull up some of the websites that I had. Stop that, and yeah, for the first time, just on a side note, for the first time, Instagram cut me off. Normally, Instagram will let me go on for like 3-4 hours. They cut me off after an hour. Oh, damn, been on here damn near 2 hours. Let me stop that screen. Let me show you.
Hang with Big Will, man. Life of the party.
All right. Here is. Make sure you guys are seeing this.
Average.
Okay, so you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my system is acting up.
A cooler place.
Cool. So this is what I was telling you about. See, here's all the different damn names they got. Crown Tonka, ICS, Everidge by Arab. I don't know what the hell. They got all these damn different names. But they are, ever since they bust out on the scene, the very first one I ever saw was at a Malawi Pizza, which was a pizza chain where they take some of the proceeds and they would feed starving people in Malawi, Africa. And we had about 2 or 3 of them here. I used to take care of them before they went under. Oh, so yeah, where do you find them? You find them at schools and universities, unless this brother ain't looking no more. You find them at grocery stores, unless you stop looking after 6 months, like some people I know. QSR, which is quick service restaurants and limited service, full service restaurants, which are having a real hard time right now, and then mortuaries, which I've never done.
I used to be
Never done a mortuary.
I used to be a coroner, man. I used to pick up the bodies.
Oh, that pays good.
Nah, not when you not on the private side. You work
Oh,
for a city. If you work for a city or something like that, yeah, you get paid. But
okay.
it's a 2-man job in my opinion. That
It
ain't
is a
nobody.
full-time job. Yeah,
It's a
really.
you by yourself. Yeah.
They had you literally picking up that dead weight and slide
Nah,
put.
so it's a technique to it. So you put them on like a sheet, like a bed sheet, and then you bring in your gurney and you
Yeah,
slide them.
slide it on
It's
over.
crazy. When you go to the hospitals, they be in the back room in frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they be in there frozen. They be on a slab, man. Like yeah, they
Well,
got
that's
body.
right. So now you know who makes some of those.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
that's
Well, when the power goes
the
bad or when
slab
the unit goes
fridge.
bad, that's gonna be bad, man.
That's the
Like that's
slab fridge. Well, the thing I hate about taking care of hospitals is the parking. Parking is awful. Are you guys good with this? Do you guys need any more? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys got the information. Because if y'all don't put a 1 in the chat, y'all ain't gonna be seeing it. You're not gonna be seeing this kind of stuff. I would just not put it up there. So let me know if you guys got it. All right, cool. Thank you,
I got
Dakota.
it. I got it.
Thank you for being helpful. All right, cool. So that's Everidge. So you can call them up. They have under the resources. I went over this only briefly with Everidge, Evernote, and all the other little weird names they got. Because they have some videos on YouTube, and see they're using the Heatcraft and the beacon system, but see they're using Heatcraft on some of their units. So I've given you guys the information for Heatcraft. Heatcraft makes the the evaporator, the condenser, but when you're dealing with the doors, that's going to be somebody different. When you're dealing with the lighting system, that's going to be someone different. When you're dealing with the door closer, that's going to be somebody different. And it all depends on who makes the walk-in box. That determines on what system is going to be in place. Let me see here. Let me go Everidge. YouTube. Yeah. Everidge. Let me see walk-in. Because they have a number of videos. Let's see if I can freaking find it. I might just have to go to YouTube and then type in Everidge. YouTube's a pain. YouTube is a pain. How many people follow Coach Greg Adams? Here we go.
Nah, I got his book.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Evolution.
Although
Usually-
ICS by Everidge can absolutely be a part of a new construction solution, the product
Really?
really shines when you want to expand your
He got
business.
a couple things.
Whether you need to
Double back.
relocate your walk-in to an exterior wall to take advantage of outdoor space and repurpose indoor square footage,
Thank
or
you,
you'd
Maya.
like to add a second drive-through window without any refrigeration, or perhaps a combination of freezer, cooler, and ambient temperature is perfect for your new curbside delivery program. An ICS box can also stand alone as a food stand or beer tap station. The configurations and options are virtually limitless if it will fit on a flatbed semi-truck.
So as you can see, they make a lot of different systems. So you're not automatically going to look at something and be like, okay, that's an Everidge. Like I said, they got all these different names. I first noticed them on the scene, I don't know, almost 10 years ago. And ever since then I've seen them everywhere. So I don't know their origin story, but they've been on the scene. They've been on the scene for a hot minute now. Hill Phoenix, let's see here. Let me see here. Let me go back to this. Current brands.
Adco.
Yeah. Capital.
Sirius and Gallons.
And there's your Wolf. Parts, sales, brand. So your Sterling, your old Garland, which is the Blue Star. So the first couple of years of Blue Star range were called Garland. So if you ever get any of those from 98, 97, 98, even 99, and they say it's a Garland residential, it really is a Garland residential, then they shut everything down and called it a Blue Star. And then same thing with Wolf. Wolf had they gave up on the residential side, and then they sold it to Sub Zero. And when Sub Zero took it over, they completely redid it. They only wanted the Wolf name, really. So Wolf went through a bunch of transformations after the original purchase from the Wolf factory, from Wolf to Sub Zero. Went
The
through
original
a
Wolf had the
lot
dog
of change.
face.
Was that?
The original Wolf to make it easy for the guys. The original Wolf has a dog face, has a wolf face, and the
Yeah.
new Wolf is just lettering.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's got the actual wolf on it, just like on the residential. It's got. I mean, just like on the commercial, it's got that wolf there. And they originally had the red knobs. They had the red knobs even back then. Every now and then I work on some. I don't really enjoy servicing them anymore, and it's mainly because of the customer. Mainly because of the customer. So let me show you Woodstone.
Le Cornu. You got to working on
La
those Le Cornus.
Cornue. La Cornue and La
La
Conche.
Cornu.
La Cornue and La Conche. Woodstone.
$500,000
Oh yeah.
range.
The other thing that Woodstone makes is the pizza oven that you see in Mod Pizza. So Woodstone takes care of Mod Pizza. They're in Chipotle. Not every Chipotle, but they're in Chipotle. And now they've expanded in Chipotle to add that second item for making the rice and the beans. So I'm trying to find more of Woodstone. So they do have a quite a bit of a paperwork to fill out to get on with Woodstone. There we go. They got quite a bit of paperwork to get on with Woodstone, but those are some of Woodstone's clientele. So here's the griddle that you saw. Stop that damn music. So that's the griddle that you saw from my startup. It just doesn't have those same knobs. I'll get rid of that music. So the one that they make specifically for Chipotle is preset. No knobs, no nothing. You flip one switch, and it goes to the only temperature that they want them to use. So the employees cannot change the temperature up and down. One setting, Monday through Sunday. Your birthday, my birthday, Jesus' birthday, it's the same. Oh yeah. So they're no longer just a pizza oven company. They want to do proteins such as the steak and the chicken for Chipotle. And I'm kind of curious to see if they can win over a burger chain, because this is what they're hyping on. I wonder if they can win over a burger chain. Yeah, no, the one in the Chipotle, you saw that they had a multi-zone. It had the just like what they got going on right here. So they have a zone on to the left. That's the simmer zone that Chipotle has, and then the other side is for cooking, grilling that protein. And so Starbucks, Chipotle is not. They have their own warmer for the shells, for the tortillas, and all that for burritos. All right, but so far, is there? Well, it's not so far. I am just about done. I'm exhausted. Long, long freaking day, and tomorrow's gonna be a long, long day. I got a good 10 months of long ass days. Any other questions that you guys might have? What about you, Big Will?
Man, I'm a record all my stuff. So when I do it, and then I'll send it over to you so you can listen to it. So when I get rejected, I'm gonna be like, see, this is what I said and did. I'm gonna win.
Okay, brother. All right. All
I'm
right.
gonna do it. Look at
Okay.
you got the woo solid. Got the woo solid. Got the
Yeah,
salt.
yeah. I
Is that the smelling
gotta.
salt?
Yep,
Is that the
yep, yep,
smelling
yep,
salt?
yep, yep.
The wife's looking at me. She's looking at me like, man, she's about to hit me.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. I thought my wife and my daughter were responsible for ulcer 1 and ulcer 2.
Nah,
I
brother.
think ulcer 3 got your name
Nah,
on it, brother. I think it's
nah,
got
brother.
your
I
name
told
on
you
it.
bacon. I said bacon soda, good brother. I used to listen. I know all too well about the heartburn stuff. I used to wake up in the middle of the night with that stuff, man. And baking soda, man, that stuff is
So is that what I got to look
Jesus
forward to
water.
after I had these conversations with you, bro?
Nah, brother, nah, man. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. I got a bunch of paperwork I got to do tonight. But when I finish, I got I've been doing all that
What
stuff
kind of
on my
paperwork
phone.
you trying to do, man?
I got to put in all these calls from the weekend, and
Yeah, I know about that
I hate
one.
doing that paperwork, man. I'll be up here until 3 o'clock in the morning doing paperwork.
I know about that one. But well, let me put this. Let me drop this on you, bro. Atosa, Dukers. All right, here. Let me do a visual. Let me do a visual. All right. We'll do a Tosa. So don't forget about a Tosa.
Okay.
My thing should be fine. How much memory? How much power? I got 8% battery. So don't forget about a Tosa. So you got a Tosa. Right? You sign up with a Tosa. You got Dukers, which is not Duke, it's Dukers. So you got Dukers. That's the one I was telling you about. They got hot side, they got cold side. They got lots of work because they've been harassing the hell out of me. I actually got a customer from them that I have been wondering about for a couple of years. And then when they told me who had it, oh yeah, I went running on over there. So you got Dukers. Don't forget you got Everest. Not that water and ice. Everest refrigeration. Now glass cinder might be hard to get on with, but like I said, Everest, Dukers, Atosa, Cooler Depot, Norpol. All of these are ones that are actively looking for service providers because the guys that are of a more experience, the guys that have, franchise clientele, they don't want to get Dukers on their hand. They don't want to get Everest on their hands. They don't want to get a Tosa on their hands. They typically are going to feel like they're above these brands, but you got to get going. You got to get signed on with somebody. So these are on there. I just flashed on the screen JMC food equipment. I'm trying to find them. Let me see if I look up Bison.
And real quick, to
Yeah,
add to what you're saying, should I go on a Home Depot and then like when I put in these, just go start looking at their
it's
equipment and
it's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult to find them because a lot of them are just brands. There's no, they only exist to sell on Home Depot.
okay,
So when you try to find them, they don't exist. You can't find them anywhere. Because if you can imagine, if you get it, it's like getting a toaster. If you make toasters and getting your toaster into Walmart, you don't need to
Mhm.
get your toaster in with everybody else. You don't need to get your toaster in with Kohl's. All you need is Walmart. So all you
Okay,
need is Home Depot, and they can't even keep up with Home Depot. So this is JMC Supply. This is their. Oh yeah, I did find their site. So these are their other lines. Spartan, yeah, they have ice machines. They have hot side, cold side. Yeah, so this is they're just sourcing this from MVP. JMC is sourcing from a bunch of other people. You and I can we can put our money together and create a line. We can create a brand tomorrow.
eventually
You just buy from other people. Yeah,
until you
you just
manufacture,
buy.
yeah, eventually.
Well, see, technically, these guys aren't a manufacturer. They are a brand. So that's the difference. That's why I ask you, who are you talking about? Who is it? Because some people actually make the units, and other people actually buy from other people. Speaking of that, they'll buy from somebody else and put their name on it. Speaking
Right.
about that, that is oh shoot. Oh damn, they're on the East Coast. What the hell is their name? Um
Where they make
Everything. Oh shoot. It is, oh damn, the name escapes me right now because they buy from a Tulsa and slap their name on it, but they're like a third generation Italian American company out of like New Jersey or something, and all their refrigerators, they make deli cases. They
Summit?
make deli cases. No, man, Summit isn't Italian. That's the Summit is New Jersey, but that's the Mr. Appliance chick. The Summit is Felix Storch, which is Mr. Appliance. You got to know your background. You got to know the history. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Let me just go to Restaurant Depot. So yeah,
So should
going
I
not
go
a
and check out Restaurant Depot and check them out too?
who's that?
Restaurant Depot, check them out too for the different
No, not
manufacturers.
restaurant. No, I strike that because they have their own line. It's called Mr. Lawrence or something like that. I meant to say, Websteront.
Restaurant. All right, that was the one you said. That was the one you said earlier.
Yeah, there's like three big ones. Websteront and the rest of them. And so if you go on there, they have their own line. They actually have about 3, 4 lines that are theirs. But and you can always sign up with CPG, California, or Cooking Performance Group, CPG. So here you go, right there. Yeah, there's CPG. So CPG is actually Websterant's line, Cooking Performance Group. They actually buy this stuff from China and other manufacturers, and then they slap their name on it. So then they can sell it for whatever they want to. So
Hmm.
they don't have to worry about MSRP. They don't have to worry about the pricing agreement and pissing off other dealers. So if they want to sell something at below cost so that they can complete a sale, they can do that. And so that's why they have about 3, 4 different brands. And that's why
These
you see they
ranges,
have the parts for it.
these ranges
Was
are
that?
hella cheap. I said these ranges are hella cheap, man. I got
Oh
customers that pay way
yeah,
more.
yeah. They
They
don't
pay
work.
way more. They pay
They
way
don't
more.
they don't work very well either. Just so
No.
you know, they don't work. They don't work at all.
Hey, what's up with all? What's up with all
I had to
this?
tell my
Have you
sister.
been seeing? I got a question for you. Have you been seeing a lot of thermostats that have been temperatures been off like
That'll
drastically?
happen.
Like
That'll happen.
you get a whole batch of them that just all the thermostats are just off.
This is not residential, so it. So when you say that, like, what brands are you talking about?
They're all brands, but they're just residential ones. I don't want to put them on blast, man,
Oh
because
god
they could.
damn. Well, see, you gotta okay. Residential and the commercial isn't the same. So residential, they're going to be sourcing from like one or two different suppliers.
Right.
Commercial, they source from a lot more than that, but on the commercial side, they're like the Robert Shaw parts that they're using, they've been using those parts for 70 years.
That's all we
So you
use, yeah.
don't have that right. So that's why you're causing me
You
issues.
go out to like,
So
ah.
you must be specific, brother, when you say these things. You must be
Dude,
specific. You must be specific. I did a whole you've been missing quite a bit. I did a whole
I
thing
have.
on Robert Shaw. Did a whole thing on Robert Shaw. Robert Shaw and Royal. So this is Avantico. Avantico is weird because they'll sign you up for Cooking Performance Group, but they don't sign you up for Avantico. A lot of people have Avantico. It's very hard to get on with Beverage Air. True, you don't have to sign up with True. Anyone can do True work. Anyone can do True. There's Lear. I told you guys about Lear. So I'll make that. I told you guys about Lear. That's number one with ice, and they have other items as well. But that's number one. There's the Beverage Air. Well, hell, I could just instead of doing this, I could just go to the damn it. Just go to the side, and then they have a whole list here. So Galaxy is theirs, Avantico is theirs, Main Street is theirs, which is why it is a suggested brand. And I thought they killed off Galaxy. Galaxy was horrendous. And I see I see there's been supply issues. So normally they would have about 15 brands. They've actually trimmed it. True units are made here. Beverage Air is made here. Charleston is made here. So I'm seeing a trend here. Avantico is China, and so some are made in China, some are made in Mexico. Some are made in Mexico. But anyway, so you get the idea. But this is Webstaurant, and hold on, online commercial dealers. Or maybe I should just do that. Yeah, that's the wrong thing.
I'm probably go talk to my what's the lady?
God. Oh God.
No,
I'm scared.
she's the no, she's the where everybody gets their equipment from. I need to go down there and talk with her, just to go look at their office and see what they have. Oh, and she's a supplier. She's a supplier. She's a supplier. I need to go by and go to her office.
With all due respect, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, because everybody buys majority of the stuff that they're buying from this company out here. So and so they're a supplier. So just talk with the supplier.
Brother, hold on now. Stick a pin in that. Stick a pin in that
Okay.
for a second. Stick a pin in that. In the United States of America,
Mhm.
every city, every town used to have their own manufacturer. These guys went from making stoves to making ranges. And you didn't have trucking like you do today. So if you lived in Cleveland, Ohio, you had a couple of people that made commercial refrigerators. If you lived in New Jersey, you had a couple of people. I got the name. It is. Damn, I lost it again. It is. Anyway, so it used to be thousands of commercial manufacturers, and it is now shrunk down to what it is today. Um, uh, Deli cases, New Jersey. Oh man, it's not GTI. Oh, it is. Let me see here what Restaurant Equippers got. Dang, it's gonna come up on. It's gonna come up on. Oh yeah, did you call Torre? Did you call any of those?
I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I'm gonna call everybody tomorrow. I'm gonna go back
Sure,
over the
sure you are.
emails.
Sure you
I'm gonna
are.
call
What?
everybody.
It's not in no damn email. I'm talking about it right here, right now. Mirko, that damn. It's yeah. Shoot. All right, but I showed you guys a Tulsa. Damn it! It was just right there. It was just right there, brother. But there is no such thing. All right, so the only person who like supplies everybody is Robert Shaw. Robert
Okay.
Shaw is the one who supplies everyone. They supply their internal parts on the hot side, and then you got a number of different people that supply parts for for cold side. Sporlin and Ranco. Well, Ranco is Robert Shaw. So what you typically do as someone who works with sheet metal and stuff like that, they will make the box, put the insulation in between the sides, and add these components to control the unit. So they'll put a thermocouple in there, they'll put a couple of tubes in there, and then what do you know? You got a deep fryer. But it all comes from, you got to have the stainless steel, you got to have the copper, you got to have the aluminum. So all they do is just make a cabinet, and everything comes from there. So I don't know what you were trying to get to at before, but it's not quite what you're thinking it is. It's not quite like that at all, at all. Um, so here we go. So we're getting closer. Oh yeah, I talked to a guy that used to work for Arctic Air. Arctic Air is a very, very cheap brand. That's Chinese brand. I think they're out of California, because if you are, when that stuff comes from China, it's
Yeah, shit to LA.
yeah, they're gonna come to LA. So here's
Mhm.
Arctic Air. These are all entry level lines. Entry. Am I seeing hot side? The
What?
hell Arctic Air got going on? How do they work that? They call Arctic Air. How the hell do you have a hot side equipment called Arctic Air? But anyway, so here's Arctic Air. Oh yeah. All right, so they're not California. This is where they are. This is where they are. Here's the information.
Oh, brooch.
Yeah. And as always, put in the one after you finish taking out the information. Put in the one, so I don't
R1.
leave too early. No, it's not Mark. It's not Mark. It is. Mark is down in Miami. It's not Mark. It's a line that they originally make display cases, deli cases, and then they make prep tables. But the only thing that they do make is the deli case. Everything else is in a Tosa.
Okay.
Yeah. I was talking with a guy. Hold on. Okay. I was talking with a guy whose company was signed up with Evenco. He complained, but said it was lucrative, since his company was one of the few who was running for them in these parts. Yeah. So you could do Evenco. Here's the problem. Here is the. Oh, thank you. So let me go back. Here is the problem with Websteront equipment. Here's the problem with it. Whether you're going to do, you got to know how to cross-reference these parts. Because if you don't, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You're going to be in a world of hurt. So let me pick
show
something.
me that.
I can't.
So cross-reference the parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
there's a lot of them we can't get, but I could go to Robert Shaw and get that part, and it'd be the
that's
same
the
one.
part. See, you're not. If it was just as simple as that, then you could do that. But it's not. The funny fact of this stuff is, remember, this stuff isn't made in the United States of America. They're not using Robert Shaw parts. Robert Shaw parts won't fit. Funny fact, they're using parts that are on Bertazzoni. They're using parts that are on some residential stuff.
Oh, I love my Bertazzonis. Yeah, beautiful chassis.
So the same oven thermostat, that whole valve where you got to push in the knob and it's going to push a little piece into the cherry switch inside, that is from the Italians. So the Chinese copied the Italians on some of their components, and instead of putting in robust commercial parts, they put in these European parts into their ranges. And my sister was catching hell, and she didn't realize that, hey, it's the valve is actually more like a Bertazzoni than it is a Robert Shaw part. The Robert Shaw part won't fit no matter what you do. And so, yeah, you catch hell with a Vanico, you catch hell with CPG, you catch hell with Main Street. You fix them, they don't stay fixed. That is the problem. You fix them and they don't stay fixed. So, fun fact, so like this motor is very similar to the same motor that is used on Vulcan convection ovens. This is just a Chinese version of it. So it's a lot of, like I said, you got to know what you're dealing with in order to know what to cross-reference the parts on over to. So I can't you can't call me up and say, hey man, I got a problem with this oven valve. I don't know which one is on there. I don't know which one they got at that particular time, because they just pick them from wherever. They just pick them from wherever.
That would be nice though, man, because to get the references, because some of these, I know, like with some of mine,
you don't know what you're getting. They crank these things off a line, and because it's their own line, there is no. You can't go to a CPG or CP. What the hell is it called? Cooking performance. Yeah, you can't go and step foot into a CPG assembly line. No such thing exists. It's actually like Hang Seng Industries, and they're supplying them with a container load full, and then Huawei is supplying them with a container full, and then this other company. And so they don't even know. Websteront doesn't even know what part is in there. So you got to give them some numbers, and then maybe they run out of parts because it depends on where they're getting the damn thing from. Let me see. Oh, so I
had two wine coolers already. You had to go. They got to get new units because they ran out of rails. They didn't have no parts.
Yeah, they don't have any parts. So that is some of the problem, and the parts aren't the same parts that are being used by something that's necessarily made in Europe. So in Europe they'll have two versions, because they want to make stuff that we can use here. So they will have their main frame, the main build out of the unit is going to be the same,
chassis.
But the chassis, but the internal components might be a little different. And that's because, in order to keep themselves working, then they will in turn sell their excess equipment over to the US. Once they've handled their own domestic market, they need to keep working. So they will then put in Robert Shaw components in there and then they'll ship that over to the US. And that is sometimes a pain in the ass because you occasionally get a unit that's for Europe that slips through and it'll work. But when it breaks, you call Parts Town, you call whoever the hell else, you call the manufacturer, and they say, yeah, it's going to be a week before we get that part because
I had a
that one ain't
year.
supposed to be here. Yeah, that one ain't supposed to be here.
For a control board.
Damn it, what is it? Well, you don't really have too many control boards. So there's no control board on this.
No
No
interfaces
control
on them.
board. It's not an interface. It is it's a controller, right? So let me show you. And you don't have to. You could use any controller. You would know this if you would at least start to work on any of these. If you work, you just take the wires. The wires are going to go to the defrost on the controller. The wires for the fan motor are going to go to the fan controls on the controller. And so when the controller goes bad, you just yank that one out. I don't care if it's for China. I don't care if it's for Italy. I don't care if it's for US. You can yank out that controller, and then you could put in any other controller that you would like to use. We use universals on this side.
Okay.
Yeah, so they very rarely do you have like Dellfield has some units with these weird control with these weird computer display things, but those are typically your 10, 15, $20,000 commercial units. And those are that's their own proprietary thing. People that are buying those because that's what they've designed for all of their restaurants. That your mom and pops are not buying those specialty Dellfield units. Damn, that name is killing me. It just came up again. But anyway, Atosa makes for like they're the OEM supplier for like 14 different brands. Man, I wish I could had a list somewhere. I'm trying to think of what else. What else? What else? What else? But there's a bunch of brands out there. I gave you guys this number. Hold on a second. You can call Royal. Some people have had they've had good luck with Royal. I have not had a good luck with Royal Range, but they've had good luck. So Royal Range, once again, I don't know if you guys are seeing. Oh damn, it's the wrong range.
That's my kind of range right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Royal Range of California. There we go. So
there you go.
Yeah. So it all depends on what market you're in, because in some markets they really don't have anybody, and they'll sign you up.
That's what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for those ones, man.
And Royal, well, you're in a good market. You're in a market like I am. So you got a lot of competition. You got heavy hitters where you are.
Yeah.
So this is Royal. So you can always contact Royal. So you have to realize you're in California where these manufacturers are.
Yeah, in what's it? City Industry. There's a lot of City Industry.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about California. Period. All up and down California. Yes, City of Industry, but I think you're more or less thinking about on residential side. But yes, City of Industry, even Long Beach, you got manufacturers that are still there. Door. Yeah, I know that's so. They are over there. They are all up and down in California. All right, cool. So you got that. All right, let me move on. Let me move on. So yeah, you can always call them. Damn, it's not Medi. Damn. All right, but you guys, I gave you Dukers. You had Dukers. You have Everest. You got a Tosa. So we can if you guys put in the comment section, if you would like for me to go over these brands, I can do that. I can do a whole I'll do a whole show and I'll prepare for it and I'll go over as many brands until I get tired. And we'll go over the contact information of brands, where you find them, who's the primary customer for these items.
And you send us an email list?
Hell no. Who the hell's gonna do that?
What?
Dude, what the hell? Email look, all right, here, let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. Here, let me show you. You could just take your ass to Parstown.
All right.
You just take your ass on over to Parstown. Parstown got a whole list. See, shop by brand. Shop all. Shop all. What does that look like? That's just eight. That's just eight. That's just eight.
Well, let me see my point. You said we need to be looking for manufacturers, not for the brands, right? Or it don't matter.
Some of the manufacturers and brands can be one and the same. You have to be initiated. You have to be one of the initiated to know.
Okay.
I
haven't heard that word in a while.
You are not initiated.
No, see, I haven't heard that one in a while.
You don't know, brother. You just don't know. So there are brands which, like I said before, don't exist. It's just a guy with some money that bought some equipment, and the manufacturer slapped whatever name he asked for on that equipment. And the guy that bought that equipment is now responsible for the service. He's now responsible for the parts. The original manufacturer is not. You can't call the original manufacturer tech support. That's how you're able to determine, like, damn, these guys don't know nothing about this equipment. Yeah, they don't know nothing about it because they didn't make it.
That's why I'm staying away from them. I'm trying to stay away from them guys.
You can't stay away from them. Not at your level. You can't stay away from them. That's who you need. That's what you need.
All right.
The people who make the equipment aren't fucking with you.
I got you.
I'm not telling you guys to go over to Continental. I'm not telling you guys to go over to Charleston. I'm not telling you guys to go over to Dalefield. I'm not telling you guys to go over to Victory. Right? I'm not telling you guys to go on over there because they're not going to deal with you. Point blank, period, the end. They're not going to deal with you. It's not happening. It's just not happening. It's not happening. So, like I said, this is B. This is B. And this isn't even a complete list. This is just the list that what's the name, that Parstown is dealing with. And they leave off, there's so many that are not on this damn list. And so if I go to
Marconi has one too.
Right. But Marconi's list is a joke. Marconi's list is a joke. Marconi's list is a joke. I called, they called me and sent me that fucking list, and I bitched at them for sending me that bullshit. They started sending me on that line card were residential lines from the 80s on that line card. How the fuck you gonna ask me to come do business with you and you don't even take the time out to actually list who you're supplying parts for? So I was gravely offended by that. So no, don't even look my way. So they just recently, like last month, they put out a legitimate line card, which means these are the brands that they actually carry. So like I said, this is just D. Look at these names. This is just D. This is just D. And these aren't even, there's so much that's not on this list. So much that's not on there. So
it's a good starting point.
How?
I will go through each one.
How does this help you?
I will go through each one, look up their information.
And how has that been working so far?
I ain't been doing it. I've been only doing the ones you told me to do.
They're the same ones that's on this damn list. You don't know who's on this list is big time and who's not. You have these manufacturers that are over 100 years old, and they have service providers that they've been dealing with for over 75 years, And then here come your happy ass. I'm like, hey guys, come. Can I come? Can I join?
Hey, fellas. Well,
Oh, there.
but that.
My apps. There are 3, 4 different brand shows throughout the. Matter of fact, there's going to be one in another week in Chicago, and it always is. But those aren't for you. They don't want you. They don't. You're not. You're not the main customer. They want. They want McDonald's. They want Burger King. They want Olive Garden. They want Red Lobster. They want. They want somebody that's gonna come to the show, take a look at the new stuff that they've got, and say, "Oh yeah, we want $20 million worth of that." Right? So there's no there's I do this show at the beginning of the year. It's at the tail end of the year, beginning of the year, when they announce the dates for the shows, and that's when you need to watch for shows that you can go to that's going to benefit you. But the restaurant show, so let me go on over to the restaurant show. NRA Chicago.
Yeah,
So
should we
this
go
is
to
the National Restaurant Association show. So welcome to the NRA. This show is not for you. They are going to be very irritated that your ass is coming up to them when they got a fish on the hook. They got somebody on there. They got Chipotle. The rep for Chipotle is standing in line behind you, and you up there like, hey, I'd like to work on your stuff. They would damn near slap you out the way to get that money.
That. Oh, okay.
Oh, they doing that. They are. Chipotle is worth hundreds of millions of dollars in sales.
Right.
You are talking about work. They will literally. Oh yeah. Because you got the name card right there. You got the lanyard, and it says Chipotle on the lanyard. Your shit say Mike Reed Appliance. They're like, man, if you get the hell out of our damn way, that's money right there.
But that's because from my experience, that's
ain't no but. Ain't no but. You haven't been to one of these shows. You have not been to one of these shows. You went to bullshit.
I did. We went to a KBIS
I know you went to bullshit. You told me where you went, and that's bullshit.
Oh, okay.
I know it's bullshit. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it because there's no benefit to it. There's no benefit for you attending those. I might as well go to YouTube. There's no benefit for you. These are things that you have concocted in your mind. These are things that you have imagined. This is something that you've imagined. It is not reality. And every year you guys come to me with this stuff. Every year you guys imagine this stuff and talk to me about it like I ain't never heard of it. And I'm born and raised in Chicago. My family business is still in Chicago. Of course I go to the shows. I did all the time. I used to go all the time. It was fun. It's fun. You get to eat.
Yeah.
I used to get free entry because, you know, True is down the street. Perlick is up the street. Everybody's right there. Yes, I know. All right. So there is no benefit. My apps, you're not paying attention. I just told you there is no benefit for these manufacturers to go ahead and introduce themselves to you. They've already had service providers they've been dealing with since the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care. It costs a lot of money to go to one of these shows. You know, as a manufacturer, if somebody has a brand, look at all those goddamn people. Though each one of those people technically represents millions of dollars. Those people are with restaurant chains, Friendly's, Freddy's, Frozen Custard, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Olive Garden, Chipotle. If you could think about it, they're at that show. See, he's running around with his stuff, barbecue, Dickie's barbecue. They are there to see the latest and greatest that these manufacturers have to offer. What is the new thing? What is going to save me money? Your other equipment was drying out my food. What do you have that is better than what that was? Did you guys figure out a way around this problem that we've been having for 30 damn years? And they'll say, yeah, we got this now. We got units that raise up and lower with just a button. They got all this stuff. So no one is trying to make anything convenient for you. They don't care.
We wouldn't even be at this show if it wasn't for Toast. Back in 2020, Cali Barbecue, we made an unboxing video.
See?
We switched from a legacy point of sale system to Toast.
This is what the shows, this is what those shows are all about.
Company. We're going to document the process. We're going to create podcasts.
They are there to generate money, income. They are not there to introduce themselves to your ass. They don't care nothing about that part. And like I said, when you go, it's lots of food, lots of eating.
The restaurant industry goes to figure out what's next. It's called the National Restaurant Association Show, but most people just call it the show, and it's massive. We're talking 900 plus product categories, 12 football fields of gear, tech, food, ideas, and even a rumor that the Kool-Aid Man might be there, which is terrifying, but also respect. Hi, my name's Rev, and I help.
So everybody is there, all parts. So all these manufacturers try to get their asses down there, and they try to show off their equipment. Oh yeah, Blue Air. I forgot about Blue Air. I forgot about Blue Air. Well, let me show you guys Blue Air. Because the long form YouTube videos on NRA show is horrific. It is boring. They typically are going to show you shorts. Typically going to show you shorts. Let me see what the hell. The shorts are much better.
Very special edition of
come on, man. I forgot about Blue Air. So let me show you Blue Air. And see, they don't even have the latest show. So here's the latest one. I do not recommend that you go to the NRA show unless you're already in town. At most there'll be one actual person there from the factory. And if you go there without telling them that you're going to be going there, you run the risk that there won't even be somebody there from tech support or engineering. So they usually just have one person there from that department. Everybody else is a hired hand. They're actually a marketing company. They outsource this stuff to various different marketing companies that actually have nothing to do with they have nothing to do with the brand. They're just there to make sales. They are only there to make sales. But everybody's there. Yeah, they got the vending machines, uniforms. Oh yeah, this is the guy that goes around. He's a chef. So there's one of the robots. So it's just all over the show.
On the temporary side, and then on our permanent cook one day, a dishwasher.
So you can check it. You can check it out. So this is a chef. He doesn't really care about the equipment. He was just there for uniforms and knives and stuff like that. But the NRA. Let me show you Blue Air. I forgot about Blue Air. I forgot about freaking Blue Air. So Blue Air got sued by Hoshizaki for copying the Hoshizaki ice machine. But they make more than just ice machines.
California, we're here to introduce you guys our TGDR 70-inch model. Both have the same dimensions of 7.9 by 30.7 by 79.86. To dive deeper into the black model,
all right, let me see. This is just an advertisement. So they're showing you how to change the evaporator on a Blue Air ice machine. So you're not looking at a Hoshizaki, you're actually looking at a Blue Air.
It looks like they're true.
No, it doesn't.
The true ice maker.
No, it doesn't. First of all, the true ice machine, the evaporator plate is in the front facing you.
Sealed. Yeah, sealed. Yeah.
And this one is on the left side like a Hoshizaki. I swear, man. I should take a half, but I'm a.
Oh, come on. All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
You don't need yourself, man. I got plenty more in there.
Nah, man, you should be
I
eating
really,
that stuff,
I
man.
really don't use them that often, man. I really don't use them that often. Funny, I only use them like every 6 months. Look like a true. Look like a true. You ain't never worked on an ice machine a day in your life.
I did, man. You walked me through that Hoshi. I did that
You
whole shit.
worked on a Hoshizaki. How you gonna say these look like a true?
The side of it does, man. I mean, the evaporators, you can't even deal with it.
You mean the front of it does?
The side of it looks, but the evap's they're a sealed system. It's like it's completely sealed.
It is not completely sealed. It is not, brother. It's not. The back of the evaporator on the true is sealed. The back side. The front, that's how it makes ice. It can't be sealed if it makes ice. It's got a flapper just like a Manitowoc. You lucky I reached the limit. I can't take no more of these. Anyway, so let me show you Blue Air. I work on a lot of Blue Air units. A lot of Blue Air. So they got it split into the two. The one, Blue Air refrigeration, and then the Blue Air that does the air filters. It's funny. It looked like I just showed you guys this. So Blue Air will sign you up. You can sign up with Blue Air tomorrow. Sign up with Blue Air tomorrow. And just remember, you're not going to get a king's ransom with any of these manufacturers if you're going to do a warranty job. It's just not there. It's just not. It's not there. Now, you can negotiate for a higher rate, but the thing is, just get on. Because if you don't, you're going to be in this stall pattern, this holding pattern like you have, talking about, oh, maybe next 6 months is going to be different. And you've been doing this for a damn year.
Shit,
So,
I was just dealing with my wife's stuff, man. That's what I was, Jesus. I gotta get the mute button on myself. All right.
Yeah. Yep. That goes right along with what we're talking about. So here's Onera Group. Told you guys to sign up with them. You're gonna have to renegotiate with them. There's a new lady that's running stuff. The other woman that I have been dealing with for the last 5-6 years, she moved to a different department. So you got the Asper line, you got the Fagor line. So, Asper is your entry level. I've gotten in trouble for saying that, but it is the truth. The Asper is the entry level line. That is your more affordable line. That is that competes directly with a TOSA, Cooler Depot, and all the rest of that stuff. And they have a full line, all full refrigeration, full hot side. So if you look at cooking, they have your deep fryers, they have your ovens, they have enough, because they'll just sell this is something for a brand new restaurant. They don't know if they're going to make it 5 years. They don't know if they're going to make it 3 or 4, and they don't want to take out a second mortgage on the house, but they want to get all their appliances. They can actually go to a dealer that sells Onera product, and they can go ahead and get everything Asper and not have to take out a second mortgage. So this is Onera Group. Let me show you the prices of the stuff. Asper deep fryer. Oh damn, let me go back. So as you can see here, 1,250. Top Restaurant Supply is selling this Asper for $960. So the prices are all over the place. See that USA Equipment, if they want to get rid of them, and they have a number of different, as you can see, the model numbers are changed. So this is a 40 pounder. Then you got 25, and you got a 75 pounder. That's why you're seeing so many different prices. Oh, that's not a bad price for a tabletop deep fryer. I think that's actually better than Duker's has.
$200.
That's just a little tabletop. That's a little tabletop. Yeah. See, it only fits one. So you'll find that on your food trucks. Yeah, you'll find that on food trucks and stuff like that. But this guy, he is trying to Top Restaurant Supply. I think I was there before. So $960. So you will find the Asper line on a lot of food trucks because they burn these suckers up. You'll find these Tex-Mex, Mexican restaurants. You'll find this at Chinese restaurants, many type of Asian, Korean, Filipino. You'll find these at those type of places because they just use them, and then the minute they have the slightest bit of problem, they pitch it. They don't even bother fixing them half the time. So that's what you got. And then when it comes to Fagor, now you're talking about a much different product, much different prices. So Fagor, you're talking about $5,000 for a deep fryer. $10,000. It's their premium line. It's their premium line. Oh damn, my bad. So Fagor is the premium. Now you know why I said, hey, that's the entry level, because there's a big difference between a $900 fryer and a damn $6,000 fryer. Mm-hmm. That's not even America. That's Australia. But you get the idea. $9,892 for a Fagor deep fryer. So then they have dishwashers, they have washers and dryers, the whole nine. They used to have a residential line, and that went under. I used to sell their stuff back in Chicago in my store, but that's actually how I got started with Onera. Well, before it was Onera, that's how I got started with Fagor. Oh, you guys couldn't see that. Oh, so I think that is going to be about it. But yeah, we can do if you guys want the next show to be about the different brands, you want me to elaborate on them, price points, contact information, how to get a hold of them, in the comment section after the video is done, let me know. Let me know if you'd like to see it, and if there's enough people in the comment section, then that's something that I could do for the next show. But with that, yeah, oh sure, no problem. But did you need anything?
No, I'll call you. I'll call you later. I'll go and talk with everybody and put on all the information. I'll go through their list like you just did. And,
and then we can go over some of these brands, like I said, the ones that you guys would see more of an open arm reception to you guys.
Yeah, especially the brands that you know. I would rather you go with the brands that you know well, that you like.
I know them all well. I know them all well.
But you know how certain brands, like, all right, there's certain brands that there's certain brands that I work on that they take way too long to work on it. And it's a small, you know what I'm saying? It's a long time.
You gotta stop that, man. You gotta stop that. This is not that. This is commercial. They're not designed for aesthetics. They're designed for usage and service.
Okay.
That doesn't exist on this side. They're not hiding screws. All the screws are exposed. They're not hiding anything. They're very ugly. They're not made to be pretty. They're made to be used. I just explained to you that people will buy that damn Asper and throw it away the minute they have a problem with it. That's what this. They're not buying these units because of color. They're not buying these units because automatic defrost or whatever the hell, water and ice. That doesn't exist on this side. Oh, that's unusual. All right. Well, normally you got a lot to say in the wrong direction. Where you trying to go?
That's right.
But I want to thank you all for making it to the end of the show. I want to thank all the contributors to the channel, even the ones I haven't mentioned. I'm sorry. Michael Adams, thank you for contributing to the show. You have Brother Frank, he even contributed to the channel, and I wasn't even on. I didn't get a chance to make it on Thursday. That's why I wanted to go ahead and you can go live from the spot. And then hold on, let me think. Because I'm missing somebody. I'm missing somebody. Hold on one second. So yeah, it was Brother Frank, Michael Adams. Yeah, Michael. Did I have the video for Michael Adams? Yeah, Michael Adams, and then hold on, CEO Jakes. So thank you all very much for contributing to the channel, making sure this thing continues to go. And I will see you guys on Thursday, if not sooner. It all depends on what kind of interaction I get from you guys, and then we can. But if anything, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Talk to you later.
All right, appreciate it, good brother.
All right, man. See you. And let me do some outro.
Be relentless. That's it. I'm done.
You damn skippy it was, bro, man. You got to go, man. Nah, follow this trail. You got to get up on out of here. Let's go.
Answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.